Welcome back to Speed Chat Plus, where we weren't gone for a month. You were gone for a month.
No, you were kind of gone for a little bit there too, not gonna lie. But I was gone. I was gone for a couple weeks, and then you were gone for like a week, and then life. But hey, happy Revenge of the Fifth or Cinco de
Yay!
Mayo
We're
or
recording
whatever
this on
day.
Cinco de Mayo, so happy Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
Get your Taco
Uh,
Tuesdays.
yeah. Or Taco Thursday when this comes out.
Yeah,
It's
get your
never too
Taco
late.
Thursday. I love Taco Thursday. So yeah,
What's
we
your favorite
haven't.
taco?
What my favorite taco? The one from Taco Bell. That's for sure. That's my all
Yeah,
of them.
that
All the
one.
tacos from Taco Bell.
I've actually tried the tacos from Chipotle before. They're actually pretty decent. I'm
They're
not gonna
solid
lie.
actually. Yeah, no, I mean like they give you
Yeah.
like three small tacos, but like they're pretty filling because
hmm
you tell them what you want in it, and they really fill it up there. Like it's actually they might put more in those three tacos than they do like in a burrito. It's
True.
solid. Hmm.
Yeah, that's my recommendation for everyone out there listening in. So,
So
yeah.
anyway, if you guys are wondering why we were gone for a month, it's because Michael was gone, and then when we were both back, we had terrible sleep schedules, and everything kept coming up where we were gonna do a recording, and then we didn't have time to, and then I left for a week for vacation, and then I came back from vacation, and I was sick, and I'm still technically a little sick, which is why every once in a while you're gonna see me turn and go. But I'm okay because I'm muted, right? This is it's called professionalism. It's why whenever I'm talking, I can go full screen, and then when Michael's talking, he
Oh
can go full
yeah.
screen.
We upgrades, people,
We're doing
upgrades.
upgrades. Look at that. We're upgrading our setup. We're so cool. But that's also why I'm like keeping this lower voice and I'm talking quieter because I think my falsetto is just it's completely gone. Like it is just gone for right now. It'll probably come back, but for the most part, like the only thing that I've got right now is a cough and the fact that my falsetto is gone. Here's me trying to do a falsetto, by the way, just going like that is my attempt at a falsetto.
I it sure was an
It
attempt.
was an
I'll
attempt. It's
say that.
gone. My falsetto is just gone. So like this is my tone of
Oh
voice.
my.
If I try to go higher, it doesn't go higher. It's gone. It's not there. Right? It's
The most monotone voice that you could have possibly gotten.
it just makes me
Wow.
every creator ever now. Because you ever watch any YouTube video and the entire time it's just some guy with his voice like this and he talks in this monotone voice the entire time.
No, it's usually some guy with his voice like this and
Well,
customer
that's
service
the
mode.
professional ones, right? Those are the ones that are able
Yeah.
to act. But you go to any like amateur YouTuber where they're just like, I'm about to do a 20-minute video essay on what I think about this video game, and then
Nah,
it's
don't snoop yourself to an amateur YouTuber,
dude,
Mr.
amateur
Snoop.
YouTubers are actually like killing it right now. Half of my homepage is like some unverified account that has like a 500,000
I
views on them making a video about what they think about, BioShock 3. It's
I mean, I
crazy.
just had the algorithm randomly populated some YouTuber with like 10,000 like subscribers and it
Hmm.
was all like, "Yeah, we're going to like a hockey game of like the most hated team in the NHL," and it just happened to be like the Vegas Golden Knights.
That's crazy.
And I was like, "Oh, that kind of makes sense actually, like
I
especially when like the Golden Knights are you know, just like winning a
like
lot and people don't like it when teams win."
Here's kind of what I'm talking about. This is like my YouTube homepage. I'm exposing myself. You got like Ludwig and like some
Wow,
commentary
Ludwig's such
stuff.
an
But
amateur
then but
YouTuber.
no, I'm talking about like look at this. Look at this. Like Valzu. I don't know who this is. This is well edited though, to be fair. Like how many subscribers does this guy have? 22,000.
22,
He's
yeah.
got less than I do technically, but hey, his video's popping off. It's looking good. And I swear just like half of my like half of it is like that, right? It's just like some random non uh non-verified videos from people who are just talking about stuff that they're interested in. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So anyway, we have a lot to talk about because we have been gone for almost a month now. Oops,
Oh my
sorry.
God, there's so much to talk
There's
about.
so
So much
much
has
to talk
happened.
about. A lot is going on, and we're going to try to get through a lot of it. And we're going to start with some maybe not gaming related things, and then we'll transition into more gaming related things because there's a lot of gaming related things. But I'm sure the big news that is probably affecting a lot of people right now is the Spirit Airlines closure, right? Michael, you
Oh
fly a
yeah.
lot. This is probably not affecting you because you never fly Spirit.
I haven't flown Spirit in a couple years actually. Like I flew them a little bit because I'm actually in one of their like focus cities in terms of like where they fly, and now there's going to be like a bunch of planes just like sitting around the airport. But
You think about buying one of
yeah,
those
like
planes?
with what money? My Toontown jelly beans, maybe.
Hey,
Um,
true.
hey, maybe they'll accept jelly beans. You never know. But
Mm.
yeah, anything they can to uh right their wrongs. But yeah, I don't know. I just I stopped flying them because like their like loyalty program is like okay. It wasn't really like calling out to me.
Hmm.
And I kind of like airlines that have a little bit more loyalty. But whenever I flew Spirit, it wasn't actually like bad. I mean, like they when it worked, it got me from point A to point B. And I mean, there was even one time where there were like no pre-boarders, and I was somehow able to be the first person to walk onto the plane, and that was a little weird.
Hmm.
But yeah, I've used it for short flights. I've used it for some longer flights, and they were a okay airline despite all the jokes that they sometimes rightfully got sent their way by social media, which can be ruthless. But yep, Spirit Airlines, they pretty much like overnight just like canceled all their flights, winded down their global operations, and basically told people, we can't rebook you on any other flights, no hotels, maybe you'll see a refund in 7 days if you're lucky. And they pretty much put out that website to kind of help people, understand from like the guest point of view. Like they were literally like, do not come to the airport if you have a Spirit flight booked. And a lot of airports were like, yeah, like please talk to these other airlines to get rebooked. Some airlines were like, yeah, you can book these like discounted reduced fares.
Yeah, like
I'm gonna add
Delta is
air
doing
quotes
that.
around that. Delta was doing that. But some other airlines like Southwest were like, you need to come in person to the counter to get your discounted rates. So
Interesting.
um, I'm sure that like it was a zoo at airports where Spirit typically does fly. There are some airports, like up in New England, I think in New York, for example, and in Tampa, where like they have these like terminals that are only dedicated to Spirit Airlines, and now they're complete ghost towns. Not even TSA is showing up at those checkpoints because there's no one
Hmm.
to let in for their flights. So it's just like overnight. I mean, it was literally like a lot of people were tracking the last Spirit Airlines flights that were in the air
Hmm.
on like Flight Radar 24. I was not one of those people, but there were a lot of people tracking like some of the last flights. So there was like a flight that flew from like Detroit to Dallas, and as the plane was taxiing to the gate, the pilot came on and was all like, "Yeah, so we like in tears, like this, we
Oof.
just found out like this is our last flight from our company, and
It's
like,
so odd that they
uh,
just do it like just they cut it right in the middle of
and
flights, like right in the middle of the day.
suddenly all the flight attendants are out of a job, all the customer service representatives, the ramp agents. I mean, I started seeing posts on social media from like a bunch of people that like were just like, I haven't talked about this at all. Like there was a creator mutual friend that I knew that was like, I keep my work life private, but I just lost my job at Spirit Airlines. And it was like, whoa, like there are some really good people working at that airline that now suddenly have to like find where they're going to go next. So my heart does go out to all the people that overnight, like, you know, essentially got laid off from like the positions they were working with very short notice. Now, we kind of knew that Spirit was kind of jumping into bankruptcy land. And there were a lot of talks about like a merger with JetBlue that failed, and the government rescuing them that also failed. So now we've pretty much gotten to this situation where we have lost a US airline that was operating on this ultra low cost model, and now travel is just a little bit less affordable for a lot of people, especially with the fuel surcharges that are going on right now.
I'm
So,
right there too, just because of the fact that like I flew Spirit pretty consistently because Spirit was the
mhm.
only thing I can afford. I didn't pay for like under the plane extra storage or anything like that or the in-flight food or anything. It's like I want a 2 hour trip to get from point A to point B for as cheap as possible that I can bring my backpack and that's it, right? Like they would even make
Hey,
you pay
we've
for
done
like your
that.
carry on. They wouldn't make you pay for a personal item, but they would make you pay for carry on. I wouldn't even have carry on. I'd have my little personal item and that's it. $120 round trip easy. And now that's just gone.
Mm.
So like, yay, any trips I'm taking in the future are now a little less likely to happen just because of that.
Yeah, the only other low cost airline right now that exists is Frontier.
Which I
That
just
has
flew and was terrible.
Yeah, that's another airline where, if it works, it works. But now I feel like we're gonna start seeing a lot more full flights
Mm-hmm.
going out from them, especially because right now,
Oh, they've
uh,
already been full. I'm telling you, they're always full.
yeah, that like they're offering like 50% off base fare for the different routes that Spirit did fly, and then they have like their Go Wild Pass that's like $200 instead of like the typical like $400. So they're trying to reel people in. I've flown Frontier a little bit more lately, but I yeah, it's still not
I
like
mean,
you
you
don't
got all
even
them air
like
miles anyway, so.
yeah, but you don't even get like you have to like pay for like a soda or a snack or whatever
Oh,
and
boo hoo. I
oh
gotta pay for my
boo.
soda
And
now.
and Delta just like put out a thing where it's like if flights are
Yeah,
like
if the
less
if the
than like
threshold, then it's free, right?
yeah, if it's no, it's if it's less
It's.
than like 350 miles, they don't do their typical service if you're in comfort plus or main cabin. But if
Mm-hmm.
the only exception is if you're in first class, then you get the full service. But if you're in the back of the plane, like they won't do their typical service anymore starting May 19th.
Yeah, so you
So
need to
only a
like, it
couple
needs to
weeks.
be a certain threshold of how much it costs. And
Yeah, so flying's definitely like just getting more bare bones in the States. Meanwhile, if you hop on like a European airline or, Starlux to China or Taipei, you get like the
Japan
full kit.
Air and all of
Japan
that.
Air.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I flew ANA back from Tokyo earlier this year and it was so good. It was
Mm-hmm.
so good. Like just the food and the flight attendants like came up and gave me like a nice little plushie and like a puzzle and they were
Aw.
like it was just like a
You're
little
like, is this my
memento.
in-flight meal?
Can you imagine? Yeah, no. But no, it is honestly like all jokes aside a little bit sad to see Spirit Airlines gone.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot of chatter about it, so like it is a hit, especially to those that were like working there. So
and
lots of
and
stories
people who
coming
do
out about
regular
it.
travel. And if you're wondering why we're bringing this up in a gaming podcast, it's because we do travel. It's something that we do a lot. Especially Michael, he's constantly going to events and conventions and whatnot. And one of those things that's coming up is Summer Game Fest, and that's something that Michael may be attending this year as well. And if he can't take Spirit in that short little flight, now suddenly going from one state to the other is a little bit more expensive than it would have.
Yeah, I mean it's travel, getting where I'm going at a cheap price definitely makes an impact. Um but yeah, I've luckily had my flights booked to LA for a little bit and
Not on Spirit though,
yeah,
right?
non-spirit though, don't
Okay,
worry,
thank
non-spirit.
goodness.
Yeah, so I have Summer Game Fest coming up. Public tickets go on sale Friday, May 8th at 9 a.m. So when y'all are watching this, that is just around the corner this weekend at bit.ly/SGF26 tickets. I am noting the venue change this year because the past few years, Summer Game Fest has held their showcase at the YouTube Theater at SoFi Stadium in
Hmm.
Los Angeles. But this year, I think, especially with the World Cup right around the corner,
Yeah.
I don't think they can really use that space. So this year, they're going to the iconic Dolby Theater in Hollywood. If you were growing up and watch different TV shows in your childhood, you might remember that like American Idol does like Hollywood Week there. And that's a theater that is like super iconic in my mind. So I'm really stoked that they're going to the Dolby Theater. And I will be there. I just am getting my ticket locked in for that
See, I
through
will
the
not be there because
yeah.
Don't
You're
go anywhere.
Yeah, but you'll be co-streaming with your
Oh,
community,
definitely. Yeah.
maybe.
No, definitely. I think
Oh
I'll
yeah.
watch it. I mean, I watch it every single year, and I'm always excited to see what they're showcasing and announcing.
Yeah, I have to say the showcase is always like super fun and exciting because
Mm-hmm.
like first of all, like everyone online is buzzing with like their uh over the top predictions of like what might be highlighted or shown off. Everyone's like GTA 6, Kingdom Hearts 4, like looking for
We
crumbs
already
of
know GTA
information.
6 is coming. What else can they show?
Another trailer, maybe. I don't know. They've done a trailer at the Game Awards before, I think, one
Mm-hmm.
year. But so you never know. But yeah, this is basically Jeff Keighley's like summer version of the Game Awards, except less
Just
awards
without
and
awards.
more.
Yeah.
It's more world premieres.
It's
It's
like
pretty much
E3, but
similar.
like just down
Yeah.
into one little show.
It's similar to Gamescom opening night live, although at Gamescom they also sprinkle in some like music performances and stuff from time to
Mm-hmm.
time. But this show is pure gaming. It is what the people want, and that's
Gaming.
why, yeah, and it's also a good way to kick off summer because it's usually around the time when E3 would be. Rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
We Summer Game Fest is sort of kind of like, I mean, it's subjective. Everyone has their own takes, but it's kind of the current like E3 that like I never got to have,
Yeah,
as is
I think it's just odd
Gamescom.
that like E3 died when we have all of these other like events that are just taking place of E3. So what made E3 specifically fail when all of these other ones are succeeding?
Yeah, I mean, well, there was this kind of transition where it became less pure industry and more like consumers. So it started opening its doors to like the public more. And we started seeing a lot less like, focus on that like behind closed doors industry side, press conference side. And then it kind of just like started a bit of a decline, really. But and then they tried to bring it back with Reed Pop in 2023, the organizers of the PAX events, and I was gonna go, and then they canceled that. So now we have Summer Game Fest, and they do the showcase on Friday, June 5th, followed by the Play Days event, where it's invite only for media and content creators, and I will be there as well at Play Days, which I'm really excited about.
Yeah,
So
so
lots of content to come from
it
that.
seems like Summer Game Fest just kind of embraces more indies and smaller studios and stuff as well, and that's kind of what made it like
True, true.
stay. You know, because E3 was always like, oh,
Yeah,
if Nintendo doesn't show up, we're screwed. If
we're
PlayStation
cooked.
doesn't
Like
show
it
up,
literally.
we're cooked.
Hmm.
Whereas like Summer Game Fest doesn't need necessarily the presence of PlayStation itself because they have all of the individual developers and studios and publishers that will come
Yeah.
forward and say, we have this game we'd love for you to showcase and this game and whatnot.
Yeah,
So
they could still lean into like the big publishers. I mean, like I've definitely like gone to a play days before where, I'm sitting there with maybe Capcom because they just talked about this Monster Hunter game, or Resident Evil Requiem just came out. Like they have stuff there to check out behind closed doors, whether it's like a presentation or a demo. Um in terms of what is coming up this year, I can't say. But in terms of
you
like
can't say
what I
because you haven't seen it yet, or you can't say because you're under NDA.
I can't say because I can't say. We'll say that. But I'm not under a legal binding document either, but I just can't say.
Not for
So,
this though specifically. Other things, but not this.
yeah.
Yeah.
But one of the things outside of Summer Game Fest that I have been enjoying lately is Sonic Rumble Party, which is a bit of
Yeah.
a left turn, but
No, it's
this
okay. We got to
game,
segue somehow.
yeah, so I'm trying here. I'm
You're doing great,
get
Michael.
checks in the mail. Okay, so Sonic Rumble, I'm in their creators program. It's a pretty fun game. It's similar to Fall Guys. It's like Battle Royale arcade party style, 32 players. You run around as your favorite Sonic characters. You buy skins. You play different stages. I just enjoy playing this for a few hours each day,
I
and
know,
they're
like
currently
straight up,
selling.
I want to give kudos to you to the
Yeah,
fact that like, we don't just shout this out because it's random news. We shout this out because Michael plays this frequently. He likes this game. He's not just in a creator program because it's something to apply to. He genuinely plays it and showcases it and has fun with it. And whenever I pop into the stream when you're playing it, I genuinely see people from this community joining your stream and playing along with you.
yeah,
Like this is a
lot for first
small
time
little
viewers.
community
Yeah.
you've kind of put yourself into.
Yeah, I mean it's just a really great like community and game, and it's I don't know, like yes, it has a lot of skins that you have to spend currency on, and you don't have to pay money, but like it definitely
It makes you want
leans you
to.
in that
It's
direction. It
it's encouraging you
makes me
to.
want to. But I mean, I'm also a fan of the franchise, with like Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, Sonic X Shadow Generations, the movies that have been coming out. So like, I'm a little biased, but they did just drop a surprise new event that they've been doing this lately. Like no one sees these coming. It's awesome. And this event is about Tikal and Chaos joining the Rumble. It's
Good
part
old
of their
Sonic
happy
Adventure 1
anniversary.
throwback.
I know, right? So we're
Mm-hmm.
getting the Sonic Adventure event, which is really cool. They even have a sticker with like Sonic doing his like iconic pose that you can purchase. That's really
The
yeah, so
old
that's yeah, the little, like Naruto, yeah. So yeah, that thing. Uh
yeah.
yeah, but I think fans are really going to love these skins. I mean, Chaos looks great. They usually run these events for a few weeks. Sonic Rumble Party is free to play. It's on Steam, iOS, Android, like Google Play, stuff like that. So you can literally just download it for free, and not hashtag sponsored or anything, but yeah, just shouting out an
Hashtag
event,
creator
especially.
partner, but not hashtag sponsored.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
exactly.
one.
But I figured I'd bring this up just because like, Sonic Adventure is like one of the most iconic like parts of the Sonic franchise. So I think that fans are really gonna like enjoy this. So
And to be
if
fair,
you're
it is
looking
like our
for
most like relevant news. All we've got like a stockpile of
yeah,
stuff from like the past 3 weeks. So
yeah.
this
So
one
hey,
releases from today.
if you're looking for something new to try, check out check out Sonic Rumble. It
Sonic
used to be called
Rumble.
Sonic Rumble, now it's called Sonic Rumble Party. So
Wow, they throw the party in there to let you know it's a party every time you play.
exactly. So
Mm-hmm.
anyways,
Yeah, we have
yeah.
so much more to talk about though. Just I want to talk about at least some of the more recent games that came out, and I swear I had another link up here, but that's okay. There's definitely plenty enough here to
Oh
showcase.
yeah.
One of the
Hmm.
things I wanted to show off was the fact that Clear Obscure Expedition 33, Game of the Year from last year, has now reached 8 million copies sold. Congratulations to them.
Sheesh, that's
Do you
awesome.
remember its
Yeah,
release
holy
date? It was
smokes.
about this time last year, right?
Claire Obscure release date. I got this. It came out on, yeah, April 24th, 2025.
Mm-hmm.
So
So yeah,
it's
that's probably why
pretty
they
much,
posted this on April 24th is the
yep,
one
it's pretty much
year
their 1 year
anniversary.
anniversary. They did
Mm-hmm.
drop an update for it, so I need to resume my playthrough of this game on
I need to
Xbox
actually get this
because
game because money.
what? Bro, oh man, this yeah, I from what I played so far, it is fantastic. I just haven't had a chance to pick it up on stream. But yeah,
That's
definitely
okay. You have like
recommend
9 unfinished
checking it
games, and
out.
I'm gonna hold them all against you.
That's fair. Yeah, this is
Dude,
one of them,
at
and it's a
least
fantastic
finish.
game.
You at least have to finish Mouse PI of any of them.
Working on it,
You
working
gotta you
on
gotta
it.
finish
Yeah,
Mouse PI
Mouse
because
PI and Pragmata are high on my list.
mm-hmm.
So,
Yo, you didn't finish Pragmata? I know you played it for like a good like 7 or 8 hours when you first sat down with it, and from what I heard, it's like a 10 to 12 hour game. So you're probably already more than halfway through.
yeah, I played it for a while. So,
I just
yeah,
didn't watch it specifically because I wanted to not be spoiled. So that's on me.
fair.
It's on my wish list. I also don't have $60 for that game either. So
Hmm.
that's just the life, you know? Like here's the thing. As a creator, typically you spend money on video games if you're not getting it for free, and it's totally fine. We love supporting our publishers. And then you write that off on your taxes, and then you're not having to be taxed on the income that you made off of it, which is great. But the problem is you need
Yeah,
money in the first place to be able to buy the game to then
yeah,
make content on it to be able to write it off, right? And that's where the cycle starts with having money in the first place. And I just don't have money in the
yeah,
first place. Once I have money in the first place, then I buy the game and then I make the content and then you get it, right? Which is what I did with the Little Nightmares VR game. If of all the games I decided to buy, I decided to buy that one, and it was actually pretty good. But we'll get into that later. I want to talk about other games that are selling pretty well right now, and the
I
other
just
one that
talked
we
about this
have.
one.
Did you just talk
Yeah,
about this one?
I just mentioned it. Resident Evil Requiem is also from Capcom's umbrella, and they have now
Mm-hmm.
sold 7 million copies,
Wow,
which is the
7 million
fastest
copies.
selling game in franchise history, and apparently the highest selling game of 2026 so
So
far.
far,
It
because
did,
GTA 6 hasn't come out yet.
yeah, but I definitely think Resident Evil Requiem is gonna like be up for awards
Oh,
this year. I mean,
absolutely.
it was a good game. Like I
I think it was
genuinely enjoyed
excellent. I thought it was
playing
a
it.
great game, right? I'm trying to
Yeah.
think maybe what it would win. I'd have to look at the categories. But it definitely is going to be nominated for a lot of things. Even if it doesn't win a lot of things, it will definitely be nominated for a lot of things.
Yeah, maybe the VAs will probably get some nominations
Oh, for
too.
sure. Oh, you know what I
Yeah.
was actually thinking about? This is completely off topic and not in our notes or anything like that. But I was thinking about how there should have been a like a game award category for like DLCs and or updates because back in the year where the DLC for Elden Ring was like up for all the awards, I think if they had like a DLC or update one, then that easily could have won there and nobody would have complained. There would have been absolutely no like controversy over that whatsoever. And there are so many different DLCs and updates coming out for games, whether it's like a live service game's new season or like a huge update that completely changes the game, like in Cyberpunk or No Man's Sky, that those things could be recognized in the gaming sphere too. And so maybe in the future, if Jeff Keighley ever hears this, you should have a little, like an extra section for like updates and or DLCs because I don't think anyone would complain about that. What do you think, Michael?
If I see him at Summer Game Fest, which I have before, maybe I will let him know.
All right, good to know. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate your thought on that. You know what other game came out recently that actually is rating really well right now?
Oh, I wish I could say this in like text to speech. That'd be funny. Tomodachi Life,
Yeah,
living the
I see. I can't do that
dream.
because it sounds like this Tamagotchi life, living the dream, and that I'm like, it's not
Ironically,
me making a voice. That is literally me trying to do my falsetto. It's just not working. It's not
unironically,
working.
that could be a voice in Tomodachi Life.
It
So,
probably could be, but it reviewed really, really well. And I mean, like so many people I know have it. You have it. Tim has it. I'm seeing all the people do all their funny stuff on their islands. Donkey did an island where he made all the characters from Cars 2. I've seen people do like Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss islands
yep.
and like superhero islands with the Teen Titans and all there. It is just such a the reach of your imagination is how good this game is going to be for you, right? So it's
Oh,
like
the algorithm is like
mm-hmm.
feeding me Tomodachi Life content.
If you think this is only
So
a 7
funny.
out of 10 game, it's because you only have a 7 out of 10 imagination, is all I'm saying.
A 7 out of 10 heart.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. See? XGN apparently and Digital Downloaded know exactly what they're talking about. They probably made those funny islands, whereas IGN was all like, we made Poop Island where everybody is poop.
The fact that have to agree with Dextero more than I do with
Dexerto,
IGN
yeah, exactly,
is
right? I
a
hate
wild
that.
timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My
But
Nintendo
yeah.
News, though, I shout out my homies at My Nintendo News.
Yeah, but Tomodachi Life is highly acclaimed, I have to say. If this doesn't, I mean, I think it should get some award
It
nominations.
might go
It's
for like
just
Family Game of the Year because they always
I
have that.
uh well, with the filter being what it is in that game, which is non-existent, I don't know if it's best
Yeah,
family
but it's a
game. I'm not even
Nintendo
gonna
game and it's
lie.
cartoony, therefore that meets the criteria of being Family Game, right? Like
I
if
think
people
I
didn't
think
know better, they put Conker's Bad Fur Day up for Family Game of the Year too.
I mean, listen, Animal Crossing New Horizons has been nominated for Game of the Year before. I think Tomodachi Life could. It could be the underdog in
The
that
underdog is
category.
gonna take down GTA 6.
Could you imagine if it
I
did?
mean, I'm
Everyone would be.
imagining it, and I don't. It's not happening.
It's not. There's something there, and it's not that. Oh, jeez. Great
Oh,
game though. Great game. Go buy
okay.
it.
Tell me two of the creations, two of the guys that you put on your island. Who did you put on your island besides yourself? Because
The
that doesn't count.
Well, yeah. The zeroth answer I'll give before the first and second is the Fever Fighter from Saint Jude Play Alive. I went ahead and like looked at the patient artwork and threw it in there, and
Solid. Good
it
choice.
looks like him, and he's like one of my kid me's, and just is just happy to be there, running around with like a soccer ball and stuff. But some of the other me's that, let's see, I put on my island, I started with like Sora and Anti-Sora. I just went with like down the Kingdom Hearts route
Okay, that's
because
a good choice.
I figured it was pretty easy to make, and then Sora and Anti-Sora like fell in love, and I had to like stop Kyrie from like falling in love with Sora, and that was the
Oh,
whole thing. Yeah, but I don't know. Oh my God, I just love the game so much. Like I made like random me's, and then I started adding like Twitch chatters and stuff, and
mm,
people have added like streamers that they appreciate and they watch a lot. Um,
mm.
yeah, I that's pretty much what I can think of right now.
Good
I have
answers
quite a
though.
few.
Good
I have
answers.
quite a few different me's. I have not done any face paint me's though because I don't have a stylus, and like I kind of suck at art.
I just stink
So
at art. I can't draw, bro.
yeah, I don't know how people are as talented
People are
to
very
like build out
talented.
fully fledged worlds and islands and like Pocopia and Tomodachi life.
Mm-hmm.
It took them like a day. I'm just like, what are we doing here?
People came in
Like
with a plan.
they really did. So.
You know what didn't apparently review very well, unfortunately, but actually it's kind of funny because nobody agrees with this.
Oh, we're still talking about IGN? Okay.
Unfortunately, I have this video idea I want to go over. The title of it is like, why do we still trust game journalists? Right, and it's like I have a bunch of different reviews that I'm going to use as details. It's going to be great. I want to make the video after
Yeah,
my voice doesn't sound like this anymore. So that's the
when
plan.
when it comes to IGN, there
Hmm.
are moments where like I see maybe a personality that has like hosted for them or is hosting for them that I appreciate their content
You
from.
could just say
But
Sydney. That's I mean I still
that's
subscribe and
one.
watch her. Yeah.
Yep. Sydney has done a lot of like freelance work, and
Hmm.
IGN is part of her like history. So, Sydney does great work. And then there are reviews that come out from someone out of left field that I'm not familiar with. I think there's only like one review that I've seen from IGN recently that is like from someone I know. But like all the rest of them are like out of left field, and it feels like that they missed the mark. And here's an example of them missing the mark with Mouse PI for
Bro,
Hire.
I don't, yeah, I know you've heard of this. They said it was like there was too much cheese. They're like too
Welcome
many
to Too Much
cheese
Water.
puns. Yeah, no, seriously, it's too much water all over again. Too much cheese in a mouse game. And they were like, it wasn't noir enough for me. How come Jack Pepper can get away with murdering a bunch of people and it just it's seen as okay? It's like bro doesn't know how to like disassociate himself from the game he's playing. Like it's like you have to suspend belief and put yourself into the genre. You know, it's like going into a Mario Kart game and being all like, "Where are the police that are stopping us from speeding? Why are
Yeah.
we allowed to speed?"
Just put yourself in Jack Pepper's shoes for a moment.
You
All
have
right.
to be able to put yourself into the world, understand the rules and the guidelines of this world, and then judge it from that perspective, right? Because the thing with video games and being a journalist and trying to give it a fair rating is that even if something doesn't work for you specifically, you have to still acknowledge whether or not it works in general, right? It's like even though it doesn't resonate with you, you can still acknowledge if it's good or not from an objective standpoint, right? Like for instance, like I've never
Yep.
been a big fan of like Civ games, you know, the simulations and whatnot. But Civ, is it Civ 5 is one of the best like renowned builder games of all time, and it's like I'll never be able to sit down and
Yep.
play that for more than an hour at a time and thoroughly enjoy it, but it doesn't stop me from recognizing what it does well and telling people, hey, if you enjoy those type of games you would love Civ 5. Just like if for some reason I didn't like this game, which I do. I love this game. I adore this game to death. I could still look at it from an objective standpoint and be like, listen, if you like boomer shooters and cartoony styles and fun run around, blow them up, shoot them type beats, like it is great for that. And if you love cheesy art styles and funny puns, you are going to get a ton of it from this. And that is what it does well because that's what it focuses on doing well, and it succeeds at doing that. If that's what it was focusing on and didn't do it well, then I wouldn't recommend it. But it does do it well, and that's the whole point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, It's very funny that IGN gave it a 6 out of 10. Personally, I gave it an 8. My actual criticisms, because I
Uh-huh.
do have like a couple. One of them was the fact that a lot of the enemies are repeat, right? There's like maybe 5 or 6
Yeah.
total enemy types, and they'll disguise that by, drawing them differently, right? Like, in different levels, you have like the underwater guys, and you have the dudes in the cult, and you have the ones that resemble cops, and you have the ones that resemble just like the everyday gangster guys that are trying to beat you up. But it's like it's all the same enemy, just with a different coat of paint. And it would be great if there was more like variety in actual enemies. But I also know that in order to do that, they would have to draw even more characters, and art takes a long time, guys. Takes a very long time. So like I get why they didn't,
Yeah.
but I think it would have been nice because then you could have more variety in the fights. So like that's just like what I'm talking about, and then they focus on
Yeah.
it's not noir enough.
Can I ask you a semi-related question? Uh, what do you think of like games with this art style? I've seen a hot take before where it was like, I'm tired of this like art style with like the cartooniness and like the first person. Like what do you think about that?
I actually am really glad that you brought that up because I do have something to say. I don't remember which tab I have that on, but I do have that on a tab because this is not the only game to come out in like recent memory.
The
Yeah, I think I found it. All right. So this is not the only game to come out in recent memory that looks like this. As
uh
I'm sure we're all aware, is we've
yeah.
played Cuphead before, right? And Cuphead kind of, you know, put itself out there with a unique art style. Everything was hand drawn, rubber hose in a more modern day setting, and it was the first of its kind, and everyone thought it looked really cool. Mouse PI comes out a little bit of time later. I'm sure there's a couple of games with this art style in between, but Mouse PI was the one that stuck out, especially to me, and I'm sure some others, due to its high quality, the way that it looks so good, as well as its unique idea. And then since then, we've had a game like this that what is it called? It's an indie developer is making a survival crafting game with rubber hose animations that looks eye catching to say the least. What's it called? Callet? Is that what it is?
I think so. Mm. Mm. Yeah, it looks like one big cutscene. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Yep, that makes sense to me. Mhm. Well said, honestly. Not on that note, you said it all pretty eloquently. Good. One over. Yep. This might have been what I was referring to. Yeah. 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 Ah. Hmm. Absolutely. Speech, speech, speech. Yeah. Yeah. It's a part of the bigger puzzle, a piece of the puzzle. Yeah.
A game to remember.
Yeah, I love
Golf with your
Golf with Your
friends too.
Friends.
Coming soon to a course.
Mhm. Oh, yeah, I am, like, definitely a fan of games like this, and, it's cool to see how nice it looks, honestly, like,
Oh, and yeah, it looks
in
gorgeous.
this
I
trailer,
like
and the
that
courses
they
look super
the
fun.
courses I think are like the big highlight here is I've been begging Toontown for years to like make new golf
Right?
courses,
Yeah,
and I would love to see new themes and stuff like this because I think that's what really highlights this game is the fun and creativity of the course. Because even though at the end of the day all the course really is just geometry of slopes and jumps, it's everything around it that you see that really brings it to life.
definitely.
So,
I would love to see this on Twitch Rivals because we actually did Golf with Your Friends a long time ago,
mm-hmm.
so I'd really love to, like, see this as, like, a esports game as well, it'd be funny.
Do you know when it's coming out, or is it just up for
Uh
wish list right now?
so it does say, it comes out in the fall, but in terms of like a specific release date, it's just by the end of 2026 from what I'm reading. So fall is like it went up from December 31st to fall, so we're getting closer to like the actual release date. So because
So it
originally
is
it was
this year
announced.
though.
Yes, it is. It was originally announced with like a release date for last year, actually. So they took extra time and delayed it, and now it's coming out this year instead of last year, like it was originally planned.
A delayed game is eventually good, but a rushed game is forever bad. Except for No
Hmm.
Man's Sky
But
and
yeah, this is already
Cyberpunk.
on my wish list, so I'm excited.
Nice. I should put it on my wish list, but I don't have Steam open right now. I'm one of those
Fair.
weird people that doesn't have Steam open with my computer. I actually try to like keep the amount of things that open when I launch my computer down to a minimum.
Mm.
Tell me, Michael, how many applications launch when you first launch your computer?
Not many,
Yeah?
actually.
Well,
Yeah,
you did just
I
get a new computer, to be fair.
that's true. But even then, like I had like one launcher that I recently uninstalled, like self-starting. I
Hmm.
think it's really just like Discord, and that I think is it. Let me restart my computer right
Let me
now.
see.
No,
Let me see. I know you could do like you
yeah.
could check it on Task Manager, but I can't be bothered. I know I have
Yeah, I mean it's
Spotify pop up and then like my wallpaper engine, and I think that's about
yeah,
it.
like Spotify will pop up. I don't really use it though. And then like in the background you'll get apps like Epic Games, Steam, I
Hmm.
guess Roblox,
You have
stuff like
Roblox
that.
running every time you boot up your computer.
You know that little like you have the time in the bottom right and then the little
Hmm.
up arrow. I click on
Yeah.
that and I currently have apps, some Elgato stuff,
Oh, I do have Steam open right now. I totally lied.
yeah, and then like WhatsApp and just typical productivity apps,
Hey, Golf with
Giazo
Your
for
Friends is on sale for
screenshots.
250. Like
That's
the
a good
first, yeah,
deal.
the first one. Okay, I'm wish listing this one.
Friends, good to have
Yeah,
you
no,
There we
along.
go.
that's a good deal.
Yeah, golf. What do you mean gamble with your friends? What kind of games are they promoting here?
Ayo.
Now the first one's on sale though, so like easy. Yeah, me too, man.
Yeah,
Me too.
I sneezed, but I muted.
No, it's okay. I've been muting too. Just not in call. I'm so sorry. So anyone who's listening, if you're not even watching, you don't see me turn my head every 5 seconds to cough. At least I'm muting in the video. But Michael's hearing all of them, and I appreciate his patience with that.
I sure am. But
Thank you.
you know what else I'm patient for? Updates to games. And you know what game got an
Updates.
update recently?
Updates, people.
Updates,
Updates.
people, updates. Super Mario Galaxy 2 actually got a update recently
Yeah,
to
this
version
was weirdly out
1.4.
of nowhere.
It was, yeah, literally out of left field. I saw like streamers like covering it. They added a brand new story to the storybook. So once the final chapter
So it's like an
is like,
epilogue.
yeah, they basically added like a epilogue. You can read this new story. When you
Mm-hmm.
clear a galaxy and earn a power star, they unlock it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of interesting to see this on, and it's got that like aesthetic that is original to like the game on the
Yeah.
Wii. So like, it was pretty cool. I did see through the epilogue, and it was like, whoa,
I
like
read
this
through it
is
too, and I think they kind of put that in to help it tie back to the movie.
to the
If
movie.
you've seen
Yep.
both of them, then you know
No
exactly what I'm talking
spoilers.
about. No spoilers. But yeah, no, it definitely feels like I wouldn't say it was shoehorned in because it does. The artwork on it is incredible. But it definitely
It's
looks
actually
like
oh, sorry. I think they took some concept art and like actually redid it and threw it
mhm.
in there as well. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and it looks great. So it's like you can tell that there was like some heart put into that, and the reasoning for it just happens to coincide with the release of the movie. So, but it's really cool to see like an update come out for a game that is well over a decade old. Like when did this come out? Like 15 years ago? It was on the Wii,
Super
right?
Mario Galaxy. Yeah, yes, it was.
But it was like one of the later Wii games.
Yeah, Super Mario Galaxy 2 came out May 23rd, 2010, and
Oh,
then
16 years.
yeah, and then Super Mario Galaxy came out in 2007 in
Yeah,
November. So
that's a huge
even later.
throwback.
It's almost 20 years ago, and people still want Super Mario Galaxy 3, but instead we got the
I
movie.
would
So
still want Super Mario Galaxy 3. I don't blame them. Speaking of, where is that new like 3D Mario game that we were supposed to get on the Switch too? I mean, okay, you know what? We got Donkey Kong Bonanza. That is the 3D Mario game. That's it. That's what it was. We'll get one eventually, I'm sure.
Hopefully.
All right, but yo, speaking of video games, as we've been doing this entire time, you see that Xbox kind of backtracked with their price raise and
Oh yeah.
went through a price cut to Game
They
Pass.
did. So Asha is the new CEO at Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
She even put out a tweet today that has been like making some headlines.
Oh yeah.
So we might want to bring that up a little bit later. But this tweet was posted a while ago about how they are dropping the price of Game Pass Ultimate, which is a wonderful trend in the opposite direction of what we've seen.
And they're like
with,
the only
Game
people right
Pass.
now dropping prices. Nintendo
No,
raised prices.
literally.
PlayStation raised prices. This is the only
So
only
yeah.
people dropping prices right now.
I mean, especially after all the backlash they got for raising prices, this was a good call for Ultimate. Also, future Call of Duty titles will no longer join Game Pass Ultimate on day one.
And
They
that's
will join
fine.
this
But nobody's
year.
playing Call of
Yeah,
Duty anymore anyway.
yeah. The following holiday after launch is when they'll join Game Pass Ultimate about a year later. And current titles will remain available. So they're adjusting Game Pass. I'm glad to see the price drop because they kind of really needed it for loyalty of their fan base. So
Here's
good
the
on
question
Asha
though,
for
if I
making
may
that
ask,
move.
right? If I may be so bold, do you happen to remember what the price for Game Pass was before they raised it to $30?
No.
And I think that's the point. I think nobody else does either, which is why now that they've lowered it to 23, everyone's praising it when I'm almost certain that this is the exact price it was before. Right? All they did was go through a cycle of PR where they're being talked about and now they come out of this cycle in a good light because they lowered prices, but in reality, it's the same price it was this time a year ago. And now people are at least talking about them and talking good about them.
Yeah. I mean, they did have the price at 30 back in October, where they split it into tiers. So is that that's what you're referring to?
Well,
I
that's
think.
when it was originally raised, right? Because it went up to 30. It hasn't always been 30.
So I have a bit of a summary where it started at like, 10, 15, 17, building up from like 2017 to 2023, got up to $20 in 2024,
Uh-huh.
and then they split it
And
into
then they
more
split it,
tiers,
and then that's where the
and
$30 came from.
that's
Yeah,
where the
yeah, 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 yeah.
$30 came from.
And so that's exactly what I'm talking about. It was $20 at one point, and then they split it into tiers, and whatever you were getting for $20, you were now getting for $30, and now they're just lowering that back down to 23. Is it still in
Yeah.
tiers? Like if you were to look to like buy it right now, is it in tiers?
Game Pass is still in tiers. Yeah.
Okay. So is it just this one that went down from 30 to 29, or is it
hmm
the other tiers are still the same? Not that like anyone was complaining about the other tiers. The other
I
$30
think the
one
other
was definitely
tiers.
the one that like everybody had their eye on.
Yep. I think it's still the same. So
Okay, that's fair. And the thing, I'm not paying for this anyway. This has never been something that I'm spending money on, but I am kind of glad that like they were able to cut out Call of Duty and save $7 a month for every single person, especially since Call of Duty isn't the main reason most people are getting this anyway. I still think
yeah.
$23 a month is a lot, but for unlimited games, that's not too bad if that's the only way you're getting your games. But you did
Yeah.
just share this. This is her other news from today, right?
So this was posted within the past 60 minutes that pretty much they're talking about how they need to like deepen the connection with the community.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much the thing that this boils down to is that they are winding down Microsoft Copilot on mobile and stopping the development of Copilot on console. So all of that is like pretty much to say that like they're pretty much like just gonna like sunset that with like their products. And a lot of people are like, pretty approving of that.
Well, because you know what
But it's
Copilot
also,
is. So to explain it for the
yeah,
viewers at home.
it's trash. It's
It's trash. I
trash.
mean, it's their AI
It's their
companion
AI
helper
companion.
guy. That you could be like, hey, Copilot, can you make her boobs bigger, like that thing. Whatever it is that people do with their AI assistants, it's that, and for the most part, people don't want it. It's like you ever install a fresh thing of Windows and it has that little bar at the bottom that's like automatically there, and you have to like go in and disable it because it's like I don't want AI built into my machine. It was that, but it was also on Xbox, and everyone hated it on Xbox. So the fact that they're kind of shutting that down is a W for gamers, because gamers more than anyone, as far as I can tell, have been very anti-AI. Like the bubble that we're in, we feel like everybody's with us with the whole like AI sucks, we hate AI. But there's a whole other bubble out there of people that think AI is the future and everything they do is AI, and they, start their small business and run all their graphics through AI and slap it on their truck and go driving around. Like I live in kind of a rural part of Wisconsin here, and you know how many small businesses have little AI images slapped on the side of their truck? It's so many.
Yeah.
But the bubble
The
we're
AI
in, and
slop in the Vegas
there's a lot of
machine.
AI slop. There is. But like as gamers, we tend to hate AI. We know the consequences of it, and we know how it kind of takes away jobs from hardworking people who are trying to make what we believe is art. Video games are art, and if you take away the artist, it no longer becomes art. It becomes fart. And so that's why we're so anti-AI. It's nice that they at least acknowledge that, even if maybe Xbox or maybe if Microsoft themselves has been pushing for AI for a while because they know for shareholders, et cetera, the future, whatever. It's good to acknowledge that.
Yeah, the tweet does mention how they're like also like promoting like, people into these like key parts of like the leadership team to help fix these execution problems that they've been running into. She is pulling in executives from like Microsoft's core AI division to like, and even like a director from her old company, Instacart, to like kind of focus on, making sure that they can better like execute and ship things and just get their things under the belt. Basically, what Sharma has like done so far since her recent tenure like started as CEO, she like rebranded the whole Microsoft gaming thing like back to Xbox.
Oh yeah, because
Did the
their
price
whole thing
cuts.
was like
Yep.
everything's an Xbox, and then everyone was like, I
Yeah.
don't want everything to be on Xbox. I want my Xbox to be an Xbox.
I still remember that this is an Xbox, like branding is still pretty prominent, but yeah, game price cuts as well, and then that renewed focus on just like the consoles and the daily active users and just the core fundamentals of what makes their community, what it is. Because Microsoft Gaming has like definitely seen revenue declines, just like a lot of other companies have. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, so far from what I've seen, like a lot of people are pretty like receptive to the changes that Asha's making, and especially after like Sarah Bond left the company and everything.
Because I
But
mean, I
yeah,
remember like the day one, there was so much like skepticism with the new CEO. They thought they brought her in because of her love for AI, and that they removed the old guys. What, Phil Spencer? That was it, right? Phil Spencer, because
yep,
his like stance against AI, and they wanted to push more AI, so they brought in somebody who would do that. And now that she's actually here, she's
yeah,
not doing that. So you know what? Maybe we were wrong, and that's
yeah.
great. I would be so happy to be wrong about this.
I'd be happy to be wrong about that too. I mean, the only skepticism is that much of the leadership overhaul does feature people that are like, former core AI heads and VPs and stuff. So I mean we really don't know, especially as like Project Helix is like out there on the horizon.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean right now it seems like the moves that she's making is like pretty respectable. So we will have to see. So yeah, right now like the most recent leadership shakeup was Jared Palmer joining in, who used to be like VP of Core AI at Microsoft, and is now the VP of Engineering at Xbox. So just a lot of shakeups within Xbox internally, and we're
Hmm.
just gonna have to see how it plays out. So that's all like recent news that we're literally covering the day of, which is always fun to cover when we are recording these things.
I love
So
that. I love being right on top of things.
yeah.
Yeah, you know what we're not on top of, but we're gonna try anyway? All of the different video game movies. I didn't realize there were
Oh my
so many of
God.
these. There's
We were
actually
we were
so
talking about
many.
this.
Like
Oh
I
yeah. So yeah, sorry. So we got to see the Mario Galaxy movie together when you were here in
we
Vegas for
did. Oh my
Level Up.
god, it was so special.
Oh, it was so special and rushed, but a great movie. Um, yeah, but we when we left the movie, I started thinking about all the different movie adaptations that are coming out because we know the Zelda movie is in the works. Here is the Elden Ring movie that was announced 2 weeks ago to come out on March 3rd, 2028. Filmed for IMAX, of course, because Jeff Keighley's dad kind of like worked on that a little bit, which is why the Game Awards is so on top of these announcements.
Hmm.
We also got a Call of Duty movie, I think, on the
We
horizon
do.
as
Which one?
well.
This one right here, Call of Duty movie on
June
June
30th,
30th,
2028.
2028. Like, bro, why? Why do we need a Call of Duty movie? Isn't that just a war movie? Like, I mean, I would understand it if they had like if they stuck to either Modern Warfare or Black Ops and brought in those recognizable characters and told one of their stories. But like otherwise, I feel like this isn't going to be that. I feel like it's going to be like general war movie that we called Call of Duty.
General war movie with typical celebrities
Hmm.
and
Can't
cash
wait for
grabs.
Jack
Hopefully
Black
not.
to star in this one. Oh, and Chris Pratt,
Don't.
of course,
Yeah, Chris Pratt, of course.
of
Mario
course,
and Call of Duty.
of
Yeah.
course.
What are some of the other
So
movies
we've
that
got
they have
Elden
coming out?
Ring, we've got Call of Duty, we have the Street Fighter, but we knew this one was coming because this one's coming out like this year,
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah,
this
this
is
one is.
we saw the cast of this show up at the Game Awards, right?
Oh yes, I do remember that they were on that stage, and
Mm-hmm.
I actually like apparently didn't realize that I was a seat filler at one point because I kept moving around, but I ended up seat filling for one of the Mortal Kombat cast folks, so that was kind of cool.
Oh, that's fun.
Or
Street
sorry for
Fighter.
Street Fighter,
Yeah.
yeah, but they were also talking about the Mortal Kombat movie, which is also around the corner. But
Do I have a
what do
link
you
for
think of
that
the
one? What is the no? Because I have that one, and I have that one, and I have that one. Bro, why are there so
a
many?
Battlefield? Yeah, the Mortal Kombat movie is well they've done like I guess like a couple of different ones, but they do have like Mortal Kombat 2 is what it is, and that movie is releasing on May 8th. So that comes out in a few days. So
Since when?
yeah. We walked past a poster of it when we were done with the Mario movie. I
Honestly,
pointed
I
it
think you're
out.
right, and I like mistaken it for like the Street Fighter movie, to be honest, because
Well,
there's so many
th-
of them.
yeah, that's the point of us bringing up all these movies. There's so many of them,
Because
and
yeah, there's a
yeah, I mean,
Bloodborne one that
Bloodborne,
is going to be R-rated. It's going to be animated,
and
and
it's directed by Jacksepticeye.
Jacksepticeye of all people. Like that's crazy.
So, what are your takes on all these movie live action adaptations?
Legend of
Because
Zelda,
I've seen a take from Ben Starr on this.
Battlefield for
If
some reason. I don't know, man. You want to know my take? This
yeah,
is this is probably going to be like I'm sorry. It's going to be like a really bad take and people are going to hate it because apparently I hate whimsy and fun, but I think
well,
number one, a lot of these stories don't need to be told. You're making movies out of video games that didn't have a story in the first place, and like Battlefield and Call of Duty. I think those are pointless and don't need to be movies. Number two, I think some of the things that are animated need to be live action, and I think some of the things that are live action need to be animated. I think Bloodborne, even though it's going to be animated and it'll probably look good as animated, I think that would be better as live action. But the Legend of Zelda movie is live action. That one probably should have been animated. And number three, I'm tired of just getting a bunch of famous voice actors who know nothing about the video game or the character they're playing to come in and play the video game character that they know nothing about, right? Like maybe Michael B. Jordan knows something about Battlefield.
hmm?
Probably not, but maybe he does. At least with like Jacksepticeye and Bloodborne, you know Jacksepticeye has played Bloodborne and he likes Bloodborne and he knows everything about Bloodborne, so he can make sure that it's going to be well made.
Yeah,
But that
yeah.
you can't say that for all of these. I am very, very hesitant on the Legend of Zelda movie. Very hesitant. I think Bloodborne could be good. The Street Fighter movie, I'm like iffy on. The Mortal Kombat movie, I'm iffy on. They've never really done those well. Call of Duty, I'm already calling a stinker. Battlefield, I'm calling a stinker. Elden Ring, I actually I do not know enough about this. I think this
I
could be fire.
mean,
I think this one could
I
actually be
think
fire.
it will. I mean, when you're teamed up with Studio A24
Yeah, no, I
and
think
like
this one
you're
actually might. If of
partnered
all of
with
them, I
like,
think the Elden Ring one will be fire.
and they're starting production if they haven't already, then this month because spring is They've already announced the full cast too. It's on the Bandai Namco Europe website, so like it's being filmed for IMAX. That should be a goated movie because Elden Ring is goated.
Well, Elden
So,
Ring actually has like a good story. Like that's the thing, right? Like Elden Ring
yeah,
actually has somewhere to go and something to a story to tell. Plus, whether it's animated or live action, those visuals would be fire. That's what I was saying with like
yeah,
Bloodborne. I think Bloodborne would work really well in live action, but you would need a really big budget to make it work.
yeah.
Whereas
This is
animation, you
what I
can make it
was.
look any, you know.
Yeah. So this here is what I was referencing when I brought up Ben Starr's name because he had a take on all these like TV movie adaptations that we're seeing from
And Ben
during the
Starr
BAFTA
is
awards.
the he's
Ben
from.
Starr, yeah. So Ben Starr is a very prominent voice actor. He has a lot of different roles, such as Clive Rosfield in Final Fantasy,
Mhm.
as well, yes, as Expedition 33. So he's Tekken 8, Hades 2. He's kind of done the circuit with the
He's done
different
a little bit
games.
of everything. He's like the Troy Baker of voice acting who isn't Troy Baker.
Exactly. Yeah, he's become one of the most recognizable names in voices in the industry. If you don't know Ben Starr, you should. The voice of Prometheus in Hades 2, if you play Hades 2.
Gotcha.
And he also has a little bit of on-screen work as well. But I've also got a selfie with him at Summer Game
Nice.
Fest one year, just shouting that out. But
W.
but at the BAFTA Awards, which were held overseas across the pond, he said this.
I don't think video games need to have adaptations to justify them. I think it's exciting. I think it's testament to the power of video games that we're having so many people want to go to the well of games. We've got so many strong IPs. You're already seeing God of War. We're seeing Assassin's Creed. Good luck to them. I don't think we need them. I think TV
I didn't know there
needs
was a
us.
new
I think
Assassin's
film needs
Creed
us.
series.
And I say us and them.
No idea.
Still work in that medium as well. But I think it's nice because it allows video games to expand beyond the remit of gamers. We saw that happen with The Last of Us. It was amazing.
I think The Last of Us was
Fallout,
good.
people revisiting Fallout
Fallout
4,
was great.
and it's nice to get more people into those. And if it means that more people can play video games, the better. But I don't think video games need to justify their existence by being TV shows. They are great because they are games. And I think sometimes TV adaptations can lose what makes the games great, and that is it's fundamentally an interactive medium. I don't think.
Yeah, you know.
So the Assassin's Creed one, by the way, is a feature film that's an upcoming. It's been adapted into a feature film in an upcoming Netflix live action series with additional animated and anime adaptations planned as well. So
Oh, so they're like doing the whole like circle of it.
the
It's not
whole
just
kit and
the
caboodle.
whole kit and caboodle, huh?
Yeah. I like to say that a lot. But they're leaping into like that 64 AD and are doing filming in Rome, which was announced on at the beginning of April by Netflix. So they have a whole article on their website if anyone out there wants to like take a look at information. There's no release date yet, but they're currently
It's probably like
they got
early
their
production,
cast, their
right?
yeah. They are, kind of in the realm of like, they got their cast already lined up though. But yeah, they are pretty much going to be, working on it. They got some Emmy nominees like working on it. So I don't know. Maybe it's a Boehner. Don't know for sure.
Hey,
But
it all starts with the writing. Any good video game or movie, it starts with the writing. I mean, unless like your video
Yeah.
game isn't a story-driven game. There's a lot of different types of video games. But any good
Yeah.
narrative, I should say, any good narrative starts with the writing.
right. So anyways, what did you think of Ben Starr's take?
I like Ben Starr's take. I like the idea where video games don't need to justify themselves. Like, the thing that makes a video game good is the game itself, and no matter how bad or poor a adaptation of that game is, it's not going to take away from the fact that the game is good. It's actually it's a pretty renowned take. It's not like anything groundbreaking to say that, but it is something to keep in mind that, if some of your favorite media is transitioned into the big screen, it's not going to pull away from your favorite media, and your favorite media is still going to be there that you can go back and enjoy. But yeah, more specifically, I like when they pull those IPs to transition into media because they like that story and want to retell it, maybe with their own vision, not because it's popular and they think it'll make money. And that's where you can usually tell the difference between the Fallouts and The Last of Us versus the Call of Duty and the Battlefield.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's
Absolutely.
just my thought process. But yeah, maybe it's obvious to me which one of those it is and which one of those it isn't, but yeah, it feels pretty obvious, especially when it comes to games that are known for their narrative direction versus games that just sell a lot of units. And that's why, like, I don't know how I feel about the what is it, the Legend of Zelda one, because that does have a really good story to be told. But the problem is that I don't know if it's going to tell that story or if it's going to be yummy, yummy cash grab, yummy, and it all
Tax write-off.
Tax write-off. It all comes down to the writing and then of course the directing. And I don't like that it's live action, but that's just me. That's something that I can acknowledge, that it could still be good even if it is live action. But I really do think it should have been animated. But that's whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Although we've seen Devil May Cry, and I heard that was like mid, so you really have to strike the right chord. Although they are working on the next Devil May Cry animated series, there were a ton of trailers for that at Level Up Expo because Netflix was there. But anyways, yeah, this is a whole conversation we're probably going to be revisiting in future episodes with all these movies like in production and being worked on, and as undoubtedly more IPs start to get like worked on as well. So we'll have to keep a close eye on this.
I agree. Yo, can we actually like transition to the Assassin's Creed conversation because of the fact that we were just talking about Assassin's Creed and it makes a good segue?
Sure. What's going on?
All right, let's talk about Assassin's Creed. So I'm sure as you saw, there is a brand new Assassin's Creed coming out this July. And when I say brand new, it's not really brand new. It is Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. And they've already gone over all of their like their showcase and their assets and their trailers and everything like that. But there are some like bullet points that people wanted to know what's actually changed and different. So aside from it actually looking better and updated and looking really nice, we have some actual bullet points like 6 hours of new main story content, rifts that take you through alternate stories where Edward made different decisions, which I think is a really interesting, unique twist on it. New main story arcs involving Blackbeard and Stead Bonnet, 3 officers for the Jackjaw that each have new quest lines to recruit them. All new cutscenes bring back the original actors, including Matt Ryan as Edward, and they all look to be motion capped. New cutscenes involving Caroline and Edward that adds more depth to their tragic past. And rifts that seem to involve modern day elements are optional, meaning all forced MD sections are completely absent now, and engaging with that content is a choice. All I'm seeing is W's. Every single point I think is a great addition and change.
Yeah, I it sounds, I'm not as like well versed on Assassin's Creed.
That's all right. I am, and that's why I can talk a lot about it.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to main story, like, I mean, content is what people digest, so it's really cool to see that they're putting so much effort into the content, and it's being like written by someone that kind of knows what they're doing and gives a crap about what's up. So
yeah, there's actually, I wanted to show this as well because this came out today, and I know this came out today because I also got an email for it. So essentially, the same guy that I just had up showcases a lot of their new. Let me just go down and show you because he has a bunch of different points, which is basically just saying, hey, they're bringing back a bunch of stuff from the original that made the original, you know, like the things like the stalking zones and throwing money to distract people and stuff like that. But I just really want to show off how it looks because I think this looks incredible. Over the weekend, I decided to play Assassin's Creed 4, the original one again, because I want to get footage for it for when this one comes out and I can make a contrasting video and whatnot, and I have all that footage ready, and also being able to remember what happens and how it goes. And playing the original, even on PS5 or PC, I'm just not getting any FPS that goes over 30, and in many cases it's down to 20. And even though the game is great and it plays well, being able to see this where it's going to be running in like a smooth 60 with really bright, vibrant colors, but it's still not ignoring like how it can get rainy and drudgy and the weather effects and all that, like it looks terrific. And it makes me really appreciate that whoever is in charge of this is keeping to the source material while updating the parts that need to be updated, right? They're not removing the parts that made it what it was or giving it soul. They are just adding to it and making it better. And that's exactly what we've always wanted. And I'm so glad to be able to showcase this because, like I said, I have access to this footage too. They sent it to me as well, and they're like, "Yeah, share this with your community as well." So,
it looks awesome.
It looks terrific. So, ooh, I am so excited to play this new one.
The swiftness of like navigating the area.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely eye catching.
Mm-hmm.
Like the wall climbing there, and like.
Dude, I just can't get over how vibrant it is. Like, it looks good.
Exactly.
It doesn't hurt my eyes to look at, which you get so many video games nowadays that are just brown and gray. But, like, dude, it just looks so good.
It does.
So, anyway, so on top of hearing all of the additional story and expanding the story and backstories and narratives and cutscenes and everything like that, knowing that it looks good as it does and playing as good as it does and giving even more on top of it, because the game itself is a long game. I've already put, like 10, 11 hours into it, and I'm not even done with the main story yet. It gives you a good amount of time. There is a lot in this game, and unlike something like Assassin's Creed Shadows, which I played and I enjoyed and I liked it, even though it's more of a false length, where all of the things that you can do that are extra are just go to the waypoint and do the little puzzle, and go to the next waypoint and solve the little thing, and go to the next waypoint and do the little activity. In this game, I really feel like there's so much more to do. There's individual quests and individual different storylines and all of that jazz, and you can ignore all of it completely and just be on your boat and, be a pirate. Take over other ships, add to your fleet. Oh, it's so great. So whether you're an Assassin's Creed fan or a fan of like pirate games like Sea of Thieves or Skull and Bones, this is better than the Skull and Bones. I'm telling you that right now. In Skull and Bones, you can't even like board other ships. In this game, you can. In the original one, you could. So just goes to show you that they knew what they were talking about all the way back in 2014. So glad to see that it's coming back again.
It's being manifested.
It was manifested, all right. So, I'm super excited. This is one that I've had on my list for a while now, ever since I heard about it.
It's awesome.
So, yeah, shout out Assassin's Creed. I don't know if you're gonna play it or not, but you have a million games that you're also playing. So if this one is one of the ones that kind of sneaks by you, that's okay. I got it covered.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But it does look very stunning. It definitely has my interest.
It's good. Let me tell you, it's good. Now, first finish Pragmata and Mouse PI for Hire and Yuka Replayly and what are the other ones? I know there's a few other on your list. Do you have a list in front of you?
Did I say Pragmata?
I said Pragmata, Mouse PI, Yuka Replayly.
I mean, the backlog is backlogging. That is
backlogging.
For sure. Yeah, there's too many games that I'm like, I still have to finish this one, and I gotta stream that one, and I know I stick to the usual stuff, but I do have it on my mind to be able to finish playing some of them.
Can I run an idea by you real quick, actually? This is a thought that I had earlier today, if that's all right. I'm trying to get into different video ideas where I just kind of make commentary about the gaming sphere, and one of the thoughts that I had are games getting too long? And the idea is that most games that you and I have played, their general game length is between 4 and 12 hours. And I think that's probably a good window for games, is to be between 4 and 12 hours. But when games get more than that, I love when games are longer and you can spend 30 hours in a game, or even, some games are 100 hours long. Those RPGs are famous for it. But there's huge downsides when it comes to that too. And one of the big ones is the fact that if you start playing it and you get 20 hours in and you still have another 20 hours to go, but then life hits you or something comes along and a new game comes out and you start playing that, then you come back to that game that you're 20 hours into and you're faced with two decisions. Number one, try to pick up where you left off, which is going to be tough because you don't remember half the story now. You don't really remember what you were doing. The mechanics have lost you because you're out of practice and you're jumping right into the middle of a fight or a battle that you're ill-equipped to deal with because you're out of practice. Or number two, you have to start all over again, which now you're having to commit a new 40 hours in order to get all the way through it. And at that point, both options seem terrible, so you drop the game altogether and move on to the next one. Is that something you've ever felt playing video games?
I've definitely felt it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say so. Just especially as more titles that do genuinely interest me start coming out and you have to like juggle them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it can be easy to drop off. Like Clair Obscur, I started to play through that. That is
That's
also
another, put it on
very
your
much
list.
on my
Put it on the list.
It's already on the list. I'll say that much. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's wrong for games to have 50 hours of content or 100 hours of content, and I think it's great when they can make all 100 of those hours engaging, like a good Persona game or something like that. But I do think it is tough when you are trying to play games casually and you are like presented with this monster of a game when in reality you could just play quite literally 5 or 6 other games that are all 3 or 4 hours long in the time it would have taken for you to beat this one game, which is like 30 to 40 hours long.
Mm-hmm.
So this is all just to say nothing against big or long games, but I think when developing a game, there needs to be something that is like you need to be mindful about the length of it, right? A bigger game is not always better, and a game is not good because it's a lot of hours. Is all I'm trying to say.
Exactly. Yeah, no. I mean, you're not going to get, just because you have more hours doesn't mean you have more like quality content.
Exactly. The quality of those hours isn't necessarily good. The way I can like frame it to somebody though is like, oh yeah, you think a game is worth $70 because you get 100 hours out of it, where a game that's 4 hours is not worth $30. Well, what if I made a walking simulator? You walk in a straight line and you reach the end after 120 hours. There is nothing else in the game whatsoever other than hold forward and you walk for 120 hours and you reach the end and it tells you game over. Would that even be worth $20? Is that even worth it? It's like, hey, you get 120 hours out of it, but those are not quality hours. So I wouldn't pay anything for that. You couldn't even pay me to do that. So it's like in that case, there needs to be a quality over quantity discussion when it comes to video games. So that's another thought I had for video game discussion commentary time. So
lots of discussions.
A lot of discussions. I do have every single time I get one of these ideas, I'm writing it down and then writing down bullet points, and I probably have like 5 or 6 of them like with half a script ready to go already.
That's what you gotta do. You gotta stay ahead of it.
I'm trying. I mean, especially since my other type of videos I want to make tend to be like longer videos covering multiple games, and those take months at a time to make sometimes. It's like, I don't want to just not upload for several months. So it's like, yeah, I can have in between like little conversation videos, and I think that could be cool. So that's my current content plan. Yay. But yeah, sorry, we're getting sidetracked again. Let's talk about video games. Did you see for Star Wars, because yesterday was Star Wars Day, and for Star Wars, they did Star Wars. So I'm sure you saw that they like added a new like Star Wars game mode in Fortnite, and it's essentially just Battlefront 3. That is what everyone's calling it. It is Battlefront 3, where you go in and you play the Star Wars map and you can choose who you want to be, and you bring out the guns and you shoot the other Star Wars characters, and it's still Fortnite, and people are saying that it still like plays like Fortnite with all the people like third person peeking and crouch spamming and everything like that, but like this is the closest we're gonna get to Battlefront 3 apparently.
Man.
You ever play? You ever play any of the Battlefront games? No, okay, we're gonna put that on your list too. You gotta, if you're not playing the new ones, at least play the old ones.
My list is impossible. We don't talk about my list.
Okay, that's fine. As long as you know what your list is, that's what matters.
Correct.
Let me ask you this: is the 007 game or the Lego Batman game coming out later this month on your list?
They should be.
They should be.
I've walked past different demos of the Lego Batman game that had way too long of lines for me to jump into. So
I want to play it so bad, but I have no idea how to get in contact with the WB Games creator, director people. Like apparently they've already given out like early, maybe not like actual copies of the game, but there's been like early demos that they've let people play already, and I just got to figure out who to contact about that. So if you know anybody, make sure to just let me know if you know.
Yeah, right now I don't know.
That's
So,
okay. We'll keep each other informed. That's what we do around here.
hmm
This
speaking of keeping us
Yeah,
informed,
keeping us informed. Let's go. So this is actually something that you shared with us. This is the new Steam controller, right?
yes, it is. And I believe they've started shipping this, if I'm not
They have,
mistaken.
and it's already out of stock. So before we even get into like
Yeah.
everything about it, I also had this follow up. This is a tweet from today. Steam controller ran out faster than we anticipated, and we hate that not everyone who wanted one was able to get one. We're working on getting more in stock, and we'll have an update on expected timeline soon. So like it literally is already sold out. But this is like the Steam built-in, make sure it works for every game on Steam controller that they've made.
And for
So
their ecosystem because of
yeah.
the Steam machine and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They have a Steam machine and Steam Big Picture and everything. Like you can plug in your controller. I have this controller plugged in right now. If I wanted to like hop on and play Slay the Spire 2, I could
Yeah.
because I have the
Yeah.
controller plugged in and it works, right? It might not work perfectly, and there's a lot of games that you have to kind of like right click and do this Steam input control thing to make it recognize it, and then it'll be like, is this an Xbox controller? But this is like Steam made this to work for every Steam game that works with a controller. If it works with a controller, it's going to work for this, and it's going to tell you the right buttons, and it's going to work.
Yeah.
So magnetic thumbsticks, which means less stick drift, which is always good. We love that. Full set of inputs to play in your whole Steam library. 4x haptic motors for high definition rumble. Love rumble. A 35-hour battery on a single charge. That is pog, because I'm only getting about like 8 out of my PlayStation controllers, and that's when they're like brand new. And then Steam controller pack, USB cable included, enables plug and play low latency wireless connection and easy magnetic charging. So you don't even need to plug it in to charge. It's got magnetic charging, so you can like put it on like a pad, and you don't need to plug it in order for it to work. I wonder if it just has like a dongle and you can like dongle it.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Oh yeah, a little
haven't seen a
dongle. There it
dongle.
is.
A little like
And then you like and
Oh,
you
okay, yeah.
and then it charges that way. That's pretty neat. I like
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Mm.
That is cool.
I don't have $100 for it though, and I kind of like my PlayStation controllers. But I could see this being a worthwhile product because it looks like it was built to last, right? Like that's well, time will only tell because it only just came out and people are only just now getting their hands on it. But if it's literally like the controller that's meant to replace all your controllers, then that's a big W for Steam, because Steam is known for like, hey, why are you like wasting all your time and money on something that's going to break or on a company that doesn't care about you? We're Steam and we make everything easy.
Yeah. It's good to see the controller sell out though, like that there's a lot of genuine interest in it.
And people are already scalping it too. Ugh, look
Oh,
at
of course they
that.
are. That's a whole
Ugh.
problem with the Pokemon community right now. Yeah. The whole
Ugh.
thing.
I hate it here. But anyway, yeah, shout out the Steam controller for real, for real. Anyway, you want to walk into a little bit of Twitch news here?
Yeah. Let's do it.
So this is one that you shared with me, not too long ago, right? This is the Amazon is experimenting with the ability to play games
Yeah.
through Twitch called Game Lift. Can you
It's
tell me a little
very
bit more
much-
about it?
It's very much an Amazon encoded product that they've thrown onto Twitch. So basically, it's #ad. You can play 20 minutes of Reanimal for free through this, place on Twitch, and it loads the game. And then after 20 minutes are up, you can go to Steam and buy it. Basically, it's within the AWS like Amazon Web Services like thing, because they have like the Amazon Game Lift product, and now they're just kind of like integrating it within the Twitch. So it pretty much just like allows developers to like try to connect more within the Amazon ecosystem, and this is
And it's
how
got a little timer up there where it was like
it's got a
telling
little
you
timer,
1929.
and then,
It's in browser. You're literally
and then
playing
you
it
click
in the
exit
browser.
demo. It's like your time is up. Buy now on Steam if you want to, and yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
That's kind of interesting.
It is interesting. Bringing the instant demos to Twitch, being able to actually play a game
Mm-hmm. And it
within your
looks like it's
browser.
cloud-based, yeah, because it's through the browser,
Mhm.
obviously, so it's got to be
It
cloud-based.
is it is through the GameLift Streams cloud technology that boots the software instantly on the Steam page, and very much ad product. But
Mm-hmm.
so you're definitely right on the nose with that. It's exactly what AWS, Amazon Web Services, built with the Amazon GameLift Streams. So they kind of like launched this cloud platform to push 1080p 60 FPS games straight to any internet browser. Um, and yeah, you had that 20-second timer in the
20-minute
corner.
timer,
And
yeah.
once your turn ends, or you click exit demo, Twitch will immediately prompt you that that you can go to visit the Steam page. And yeah, but you only have 20 minutes, so you probably want to skip like the settings menu, go straight for the tutorials, the movement.
Mm-hmm. Skip the
Every second
cutscenes,
spent
play.
because every second that you spend in a menu is like a second that you aren't seeing of the actual game,
You know
right?
what popped in
Um,
my mind is as soon as he opens it, right, it starts compiling shaders in the corner. Dog, for some, I don't
yep.
know if you've ever played a PC game that has to compile shaders. You could be sitting there for 15 minutes waiting for the shaders to compile. Every time my wife wants to play like
Right.
Call of Duty Zombies with me, we gotta sit there and wait for her to finish shaders. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize you had to do that. Let me like go play like another. Let me play a round of Balatro real quick or something, because it takes that long. So like I can see it eating up people's time, just like compiling those shaders.
Yeah, no, for real.
And this might be a little bit of a deep cut, but do you happen to remember when Twitch had their own app that you could actually in the app buy and play video games through the app?
Are you talking about Curse?
I think it might have been built in like combined with Curse, but I know that
It
they
was
called it like a
well, it was Twitch's desktop app,
yeah.
right?
And they literally had
And
like
and
the
then and
ability to
then
buy games in the app. It was a very
oh,
limited amount of games.
yeah, and then they had game sales where
Yeah,
like
game
if you
sales where
bought
if you were like
on
you could be streaming the
yeah,
game and people could buy it and it would open up their like Twitch app and you'd buy it on Twitch and like I remember when they first had it they promoted it and they were like, "Hey, download this and we'll give you like 5 free games for you to stream so that you can like get people to
exactly.
get the ball rolling." And then they killed it and it doesn't
Right.
exist anymore, so I don't have those games anymore. Bro, what
Yeah.
year was that? Was that like 2017?
It feels like that was like ancient times
It was
almost.
so
Like
long ago.
yeah, it was definitely a time.
So I don't know. It just
Yeah.
got me thinking of that, where I was like, "Oh, buy games or try games through Twitch." Didn't they try that once before? But yeah, this is obviously a little bit different.
Yep. Speaking of Twitch,
Yeah, speaking of Twitch, we're not done talking about Twitch yet, guys, because this is an official post from at TwitchCon about their TwitchCon Europe lineup with everything that there is to do there, and they say, build your own avatar, battle in dual streaming booths, get dropped into a game via AI photo booth. TwitchCon Europe has a lineup of sponsors bringing unique experiences to the show floor. Learn more about who's making this year unforgettable. And obviously, one of these things is not like the others, and it's the one that everybody hyper focused on, and everybody's talking about, and dude, like literally everybody,
they
right?
could have just not mentioned it, and this would not have been the reaction on the tweet. I'm
Here's
telling you
the
right
thing,
now.
though. I know why. Like, I mean, I don't know exactly, but the reason why they probably mention these things specifically is not because of the fact that they want to push it. I think it's because of the fact that when it comes to the people on their floor, people buy that space. TwitchCon,
Yep.
especially more in the modern day, is an advertising convention. It is literally a place that all of these companies buy up space on their floor to advertise their own products to streamers to try to like gain revenue. That it's a show to them. If you've ever been to any other sort of expo or show or anything like that, it is no longer just like, oh, hey, come to the funny booth and do funny things and have fun. It is look at all of these companies trying to sell something to you. And I guarantee you, whatever these are, maybe not the battle and dual streaming booths, but whatever these happen to be, probably paid for the space and paid for extra
Hmm.
advertising. So it's probably by contract, TwitchCon has to announce that it's happening because whatever AI company is dropping them into a game via photo booth probably paid for that extra advertising.
I mean, so for context, if you actually click on the little Twitch logo down there,
Let's do it.
it's the article. This is an article they put out every TwitchCon. It
Mm-hmm.
basically gives an overview of every single sponsor, different things to
Yeah,
do
like this
that
right
maybe,
here. This is a paid
yeah.
sponsor. That's paid. Xsola
Yep.
paid for you for them to be
Like,
linked right there.
yep. Sea of Thieves community meetup. Like, the World of Tanks
Paid
heat
for.
is
Paid
what
for.
the
Yeah.
photo booth. Yeah, so that's what the photo booth is. Don't miss the AI photo booth where you can choose an in-game
Yep.
environment and be
So
dropped directly into the action.
you can hate
But
TwitchCon because basically, yes, they are selling out to AI, but you can hate World of Tanks Heat more because they're the ones that paid extra to make TwitchCon announce it and make it one of their like flagship things. You can hate them both, but
yeah.
like you have to understand where this stems from.
Yeah, we don't actually know like what the experience itself is until like people are there in TwitchCon. Um, and it's their specific experience is more than just an AI photo booth. It looks like they're actually doing like PC console stations. But yeah, like clearly everyone is like not happy about it, especially when the artist alley is right next door and
Mm-hmm.
everyone is pretty much like anti-AI. So
Yeah, we were
it's
talking about that earlier.
definitely.
It's a gamer thing, right?
Yep.
Like in our bubble, we hate AI, and it's like I think Twitch should know better. It's like I get that these
Yeah.
companies, like World of
Money,
Tanks,
money, money, money,
probably is
money.
like we should probably adapt AI because shareholders, et cetera, all that jazz. But like I feel like Twitch should know better than to be accepting the money to put that face first in everyone's general
I don't
direction
know.
there.
Twitch is not profitable, so that
No,
might
they
be
are
where the
not.
money
They have
lies.
not. I don't think
So
they ever have been.
yeah, so it's definitely not it. So
Yeah, so it's
I don't know. We'll see.
I have seen a lot of responses to that
I
one
mean,
though.
of
Like,
course, yeah, it's definitely weird. I honestly, I mean, I don't think that people are going to be like flocking to the AI photo booth anyway. Um, but yeah, I mean, Zach did say like
he does put it really well,
money.
right? He goes, for those upset about AI at TwitchCon, understand that they do not care. It's about the money. The platform has AI category images and emotes for a couple years now. They had AI sponsors last year at TwitchCon. You keep going, they keep not caring. If you keep putting your money towards it and they keep selling out TwitchCon tickets, they're going to keep doing it because they don't actually see the effect of it, ruining their reputation or lowering their revenue because it's not. It's just a bunch of people complaining on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that like tickets, first of all, have not really even been selling out. I think the numbers have gone down the past couple of years, so there's that. But
I have
yeah,
not
I
paid for
mean,
a TwitchCon ticket in a few years now. That's
yeah,
for
I mean,
sure.
I don't know. Like, I'll just say that like at the last TwitchCon San Diego opening ceremony, part of Dan Clancy's like keynote was highlighting the Meta AI glasses stuff and like, oh yeah, like in the partner lounge they had like a Meta booth and like when we were sitting at the opening ceremony, like and Dan brought that up, like I like a bunch of us kind of just like looked at each other and we're like, we don't like this. This is not really it. So I am not surprised at all that like they're still like having sponsors that are like, integrating AI. It's just I don't know. It's just not that it's completely unavoidable, but like yeah, it's just you know, they've already kind of integrated AI into TwitchCon a little bit. Like Dan literally talked about it on stage at opening ceremony last year. So I totally understand people's reactions to it, and Artist Alley is like a really big component of TwitchCon that I know that
Mm-hmm.
the team really does care about. Um, but yeah, I understand completely people's reactions. It's not fun for sure. To especially to see at TwitchCon Europe. TwitchCon Europe is a super chill like TwitchCon. I really enjoy it. I'm not going this year, but like I have to say it's like a super nice TwitchCon. And like it still gets like spotlights like this on it, but it's definitely like a nice couple days. That is not as like clip farm drama ridden as
Oh
like
yeah,
San Diego might
because all
be.
the American
So
people aren't there. Ha ha ha. No, but seriously,
I
like
I was there. No, yeah,
you're not one of the clip farmers though. But
I'm
it's
not.
like it. I am totally on the side of I wish they didn't have AI sponsors. I wish they weren't promoting AI. But it's also like I understand that every single person here complaining about it never had the intention of going in the first place. All of these people
Well,
probably
mhm.
didn't have that thought and weren't going to go, and so it's a lot easier for them to speak up and say this is stupid, you're stupid, I'm not going, because of course they weren't going to go in the first place. But then you're going to have the other creators that do want to go, but they're kind of torn because TwitchCon's the place they go every year to spend time with their friends or see their community, and it's like, are they going to take that away from themselves just to try to make a little stance on AI or not? And that is a really tough choice for some people to make. And if you still go to TwitchCon, it's not that you don't have a backbone or don't stand up for what you believe in. It's that you still care enough about your community to try to put up with all of the AI BS and having to be surrounded by things that maybe you don't support or believe in because you care about your community or your friendships more. And so it's like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. So I totally am all with the people who want to stand up to this and say they're not going to TwitchCon. Like I've been silently protesting TwitchCon for like 4 or 5 years now, because
Yep.
the last one I went to, like the last two that I went to was Vegas and the San Diego before that. And I could tell you from there, even before it became AI slop, it was all just about advertising. It's what I said before.
Yep.
Almost every single booth on the floor is an advertisement. It has nothing to do with actually making the experience of the attendee any better.
Yeah.
It is, congratulations, you paid $250 to be advertised to for 3 days. And
Yeah,
I
this
just was
this
kind of
leads
tired of
to
it.
the bigger discussion of like TwitchCon's identity and how it
Mm-hmm.
definitely started out as just community focused and now it's become like advertisements and sponsors, which are
Mm-hmm.
important. Yes, I
Yeah.
mean, I love that Minecraft is a big sponsor at TwitchCon Rotterdam. That's the reason a whole bunch of streamers got like the Twitch sponsorship opportunities and like I love seeing how they're doing it. But yeah, there's I don't know, there's definitely like a whole conversation to be had about like where TwitchCon has gone and what its like purpose is. And I mean that's something that I've certainly like kept tabs on too. Like
Mm.
I go because of the community. That really is like the big factor for me to
Yeah.
go. The advertisements are just unfortunately heavy byproducts of like the experience that maybe it's just a little too much, you know. Like I'm not gonna care as much about the Firefox like card game that they were advertising at TwitchCon San Diego. But it's what Twitch has to do to keep paying the bills and turning the lights on and running all this data for us to be able to create content. So
Yeah, and so like I get it. Like anyone who still is going to TwitchCon, I'm not holding it against them. I just like
oh
I
no.
understand how
I
hard it is to be in
Yeah.
that position.
Yeah, I mean, like while I don't think the big focus of TwitchCon should be like one singular photo booth, like I understand why it's getting so much focus right now and why there's a lot of like dissent towards it. And depending on what it is, rightfully so, although I don't know the exact experience, so I don't, want to make assumptions or anything. We will find out by the end of this month what the experience was like and if people have takes on it. But yeah, they are one of the sponsors, and if they didn't include the AI photo booth in the copywriting of this post, I
Hmm.
guarantee you people would not have read the fine print, and they would
Oh
have,
yeah, no, definitely
or at
not.
least as many people would not
Somebody
have like.
probably would have found it, but it would not have been blown into such a big proportion.
I don't think so. Yeah,
Hmm.
maybe it could have, depending on who. But I mean, there were some prominent creators that are already lined up to go to TwitchCon Europe that have reacted to this tweet, and then
Hmm.
some. Um, add it to the list of like things that give TwitchCon a poor taste in people's mouth, right? I always really enjoy going for the sense of community, and I just try to like lean into that as much as I can, and that is a big part of TwitchCon. But the advertising, the expo hall is definitely every year. It's just something different, and
Hmm.
we just don't really know what's up with it. So
Remember when the goodie
yeah.
bags they gave you were actually goodie bags and not just a bunch of like, hey, here's a discount code for you to buy my product?
Right. And here's a
Yeah.
pin, maybe.
Here's a
And
pen, maybe.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's so real.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and like I don't know, man. Like I mean, Xsola has been like a long time like payment provider for subscriptions and stuff like that, but they've definitely leaned a lot into other avenues, and it'll be interesting to see like what their booth is like, because I saw their booth at GDC and it was like very dev heavy. So I don't know how consumer focused their booth is going to be at TwitchCon. I'm assuming they're probably going to both, but because they've just been around for a long time. But yeah, I don't know if Minecraft's going to go to both either, but I feel like at this point they're just kind of synonymous with TwitchCon, given the Twitch Rivals like integration, and we see AMZ like winning Twitch Rivals and stuff like that, and how awesome that is. And so I think it's smart for them to lean into TwitchCon more. But yeah, they're just getting tied in with a bunch of the other sponsors that happen to have the money, and the money is where the AI is, as I saw at conventions like CES. So that's kind of where things are. And but you know, as Zach put it, I mean, there's often plenty of times where I don't agree with Zach, but I mean, the money talks for TwitchCon.
No,
so.
it does. You're so right. It does.
Yeah.
But you know what? We got a couple more things to talk about, and then we'll play a little game, and then we'll get out of here, because we knocked through this pretty quickly, even though it's been almost 2 hours.
What you got here?
So this is something that I've been particularly interested in, so I'm going to talk about it a little bit. But if you remember the Stop Killing Games movement, which I think is a very important movement, because media preservation is at an all-time low, and there's a lot of video games that people enjoy, and kind of once they're gone, whether it be through like getting rid of the emulations and the ROMs, or even online games that only exist online, and then once they're not online anymore, they're gone. But the Stop Killing Games movement has officially backed the proposed California bill focused on protecting players when online games are shut down. This kind of goes all the way back to the original thing that kicked it off. I think it was Ubisoft's The Crew. But there's a proposed California bill that says publishers must provide an offline mode or a way to keep the game playable after server shutdown. If this is not possible, players should receive a full refund. And the goal is to protect digital ownership and game preservation. And I think this is really cool, right? So like, imagine a game like Overwatch or Fortnite or something. If they ever decide to shut down, they need to at least create some sort of offline playable way for you to hop on and still enjoy it. That way, all of the money you spend on skins and all the money you spend on battle passes and stuff doesn't necessarily disappear once the game goes down as well. So when you get something like, they mentioned The Crew, is a big part of that. And I really do hope that this California bill can move forward, because that could be great for game preservation, as well as everyone who complains that as soon as something's shut down, that they've lost all of the money they put into it. So
right.
I don't know if you heard about that specifically, but it ties back to this, because The Crew, you've spoken and we've listened to the improvements you've been asking for with the help of your feedback. The new Crew 2 hybrid mode update is here, which literally is exactly what we were talking about. The actual Crew Motorfest, the legitimate team behind The Crew made an offline mode so that people can play it again. This is an actual showing that the Stop Killing Games movement and that proposed bill has made some headway in the progression of what they're fighting for here. We finally see a real example of a game that once it's done and completed can still be played. It's not going to be updated anymore after this, I don't believe, but now that they've taken the game offline, they went back, they created a hybrid mode. You can now play it locally or local servers. You can find all the details here, but it's no longer officially being supported, but it is now here, and this is because of the Stop Killing Games movement. And I think that is just a beautiful thing, and it should be celebrated, and hopefully we see that happen more. And if anything, I always compare Toontown to this type of thing, where it's really cool to see that Toontown is still around, and Disney hasn't gone out of its way to shut it down, because even though Toontown Online isn't around anymore, they're still allowing players a way to play it. And hopefully when the day comes that Toontown Rewritten, God forbid, it shuts down and they stop supporting that project, there'll be some way that you can locally continue to play that game, whether it's just local or set up a local host where you and your friends can connect and join, kind of like what people do in Minecraft. It would be cool to see something like that too.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, I think Toontown Infinite has already done that.
They kind of have,
Within
yeah.
our
No, you can
community.
do that on
Yeah.
Toontown Infinite. But the Toontown Infinite, although they have the technology to do so, never had the popularity of TTR. So
Oh yeah,
it's going to
no.
be interesting to see how Toontown Rewritten handles that when it eventually comes.
Hmm.
I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. They seem to have love for the game, and they're not going to pull a Spirit Airlines and cut the cord in the middle of an
Right.
afternoon. So we're probably still several years out from that happening. But hopefully,
Yeah.
if any of the Toontown Rewritten team is out there and somehow hearing this, maybe they take inspiration from this and go, okay, cool, let's do what Toontown Infinite did. We're going to be done paying for the servers. We're all moving on. We're all moving forward. But
Yeah.
we don't want to leave you guys hanging. Here's what you can do to keep enjoying your game. That way it doesn't have to be gone forever. Because like when Toontown
Okay.
Rewritten first came along, it was what, a defibrillator trying to keep the game alive as long as they could. But now that we've transitioned into this stop killing games era, this is an opportunity that if they do ever want to sunset the program, that it can still technically live on forever.
Yep.
So I thought that
Definitely.
was interesting and relevant and wanted to bring it up.
It's a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah. I wasn't as familiar with the movement, but
It's a good
it's
movement.
good to see. It's good to know about it.
And then the last thing I wanted to talk about is friend slop. This was something that I wanted to be a more prominent conversation in the episode, but we spent so much time like talking about so many other things because we hadn't recorded for almost a month and all of these things piled up that it'll just get
Yeah.
a little section here at the end. But I know that you've probably had a few emails about this because I know I've had a few emails about this, and this was also at Level Up Expo, and I keep seeing this game everywhere. But it's called We Gotta Go, and it's Poop Simulator. That's what it's Poop Simulator. What else can I say?
Yep.
It's Friend Slop Poop Simulator, where you and four friends or three friends or whatever it is, you have to run through a haunted house and get to a bathroom as fast as you can before you poop yourself, right? So you're on a time limit before you can poop, and you can like fart
The
and
fact that it's
stun
called
enemies.
Chunky's based off of Bucky's and the bathrooms are
Mm-hmm.
dirty is like an insult to Bucky's. I
And
I
like
grew
I
up around
don't doubt that
Bucky's.
there was still some thought and fun put into this, but
Oh
you
yeah.
remember earlier
Yeah.
when I said that some games were made with the specific rubber hose art style because of the fact that they were, gaining popularity, and so even though the substance of the game itself isn't anything good, they're trying to take advantage of the art style. This is almost the opposite, where they're trying to take advantage of a trending gameplay style because they see everything else doing it. Friend slop games tend to be these like short-lived live, maybe not even live service, but just like online only games that only expect to be around for a few months in the first place. That
Yeah.
I can't speak on this one specifically. This just happens to be the center of attention because it's being advertised everywhere, and everywhere I look, I keep seeing it. But there's so many
Uh,
games nowadays that are purely being created to try to fabricate that feeling. It's like, hey, buy our game so you can stream it on Twitch and farm clips. Hey, buy our game so that you can get funny clips for TikTok. Hey, buy our game because it'll be silly and funny for 2 weeks and then you'll never play it again. And they know this coming into it. I don't know if this was anybody's passion project, and a lot of these friend slop games aren't anyone's passion project. It just seems to be an easy way to like throw something out there and make a quick buck, because if they can get one big streamer to play it, then suddenly they can make a lot of money and never have to
it's
work
the
again.
uh it's the Among Us effect
It
from
is,
the
and it is,
pandemic.
because it's like, Among Us was created with love and care before it ever became what it is now. And not to say there
Yep.
isn't love and care put into it now, but I think Team Sloth was well informed of what their game was and what to expect from it. That when it blew up, they just were like, wow, we can't believe that people are, loving it as much as they do. But
Yeah.
like when your game is created for most of the content from it to be based off of the people who play it, you might have done something fundamentally wrong with your game. I'm just throwing it out there. You
Mhm.
maybe might have done something wrong.
Yeah. I saw this at the Mad Mushroom had a bit of a presence at Level Up Expo,
They did,
so I
yeah.
it was there. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. It's not really it's just yeah, with that in that same genre umbrella that everyone has seen 20 different times now. So,
It does feel like there's almost too much of this now, where you're not getting anything unique. You're just getting kind of the same mess over and over again. Like, you can tell which ones are made because they want people to have a good time together, and you can tell which ones are made because they want you to farm clips for Twitch and YouTube, right? You have Peak. This was made by people who probably really love what they're doing and want to create a game where you and your friends can manifest memories together. And then you have something like this that I feel like you can tell was made for Twitch stream, look how silly and funny it is. Please stream this on Twitch, please.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just because I personally care a little bit too much about the art of video games, but it hurts whenever I see stuff like this pop up into my inbox every other week, where it's all like, look at our slop game, please play our slop game. And maybe I'm being a little too hard on this game specifically, but I mean, I'm definitely not the only one who feels that way, right? Dude, there's so many people that are like, stop, it's slop, it's bad, please just stop doing it. Just, dude, it's blob, right? Peak is fun, Repo is fun, but not every game needs to be slop game, right? And that's kind of exactly my point too, right? They're making friend slop of anything at this point, you know? So unfortunately,
I don't think we'll see that one in the Game Awards nominations.
No, definitely not.
Unless they add a best friend slop category, then who knows?
I mean, like, there's a reason that like Peak was nominated for like best multiplayer game, right? Because you could tell that it was actually created with love. Like, I don't know how to pinpoint how I can tell what was and what wasn't, but like when you see it, you know. Mm-hmm. And I don't think this was it. I don't think the game where you poop yourself was somebody's passion project. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the devs can correct me on that, but like, I don't see it.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's like I always like having games to play with my friends. I think Golf with Your Friends 2 is going to be a good one. I don't think Poop Yourself Simulator is going to be it.
Nope.
What do you think, Michael? What's your favorite friend slop game?
I don't know. I really did enjoy Lethal Company a while back. I don't know if you would call
that was actually solid. That is kind of at the beginning of the friend slop era. That was after people transitioned out of Among Us, went to Lethal Company, then they went to Repo, and then they kind of went to Peak. And that's kind of like been the good friend slop curve. And then there's just been so many misses that are trying to grab your attention. You know what else I'm seeing a lot of? Is like the rage slop. A lot of these are like, if you remember, like Only Up and stuff like that, where it was like single player rage slop. I'm seeing a lot of co-op rage slop, where it's all like you and a friend have to move the piece of glass and it can't break, or you and your friend are on a rolling log and you can't run into anything. You and a friend are chained together and have to balance your weight. There's so many of those now.
Those can always be entertaining, but it just depends.
But like, you know that they're made so that you can stream it and get clips and rage. Like, that's why they're made. They're not made to be good games. They're made to be slop. So I don't know. I'm sorry. Slop. I get passionate about this. You know.
Very true. Very true.
So anyway, if you're listening to this right now, let me know what your favorite friend slop game is down in the comments below. And don't mind me as I criticize all of them.
He's got a lot to say.
I do. I have too much to say, and I probably shouldn't say most of it, because then I start hurting people's feelings. It's okay to like bad games, guys. I promise. It's okay. Bad games help the world go around. And it makes me appreciate the good games even more.
If it's fun to you, that's what matters.
That's what matters. Speaking of games, though, you want to play a quick little game with me? Because I came up with a fun little game to play with you for our ending of the podcast game. As opposed to an actual video game, I'm going back to our little, like, kind of guess some games.
All right.
Are you up for this?
You got?
It is called, I'm sure you've seen this before, Describe Your Favorite Game Poorly. Where somebody takes the aspect of a game or the narrative of the game, the story of the game, and explains it poorly in a sentence or two, and you have to guess what the game is. So to start, the first one is child regains lost property by beating up people with an umbrella. It's a 3D platformer indie game.
Say it one more time.
Child regains lost property by beating up people with an umbrella.
Oh, God.
Indie game 3D platformer.
Indie game 3D platformer? An umbrella. I'm thinking. It's not a hat in time.
It
I don't
is
know
a
why that
hat in
came.
time.
It is.
Yeah, because she uses the umbrella. See, there you go. See, now you know an
Okay.
example. You've got it, and you're
Yep.
ready for the next one.
My brain went to a hat in time. I didn't think it was right, but
It was right. No, so you definitely always give it a guess. That was a good guess. Good guess. All right.
Cool,
So
cool.
some of these are a little easier. Some of them are a little harder. Some of them I know you've played. Some of them I don't think maybe you've played. So
All right, let's go.
this next one I'm sure you've heard of. So we'll see if it resonates with you. Teenagers team up and use the power of friendship to kill God, but still have to study for midterms and occasionally go to a maid cafe.
Is this like a high school game thing? Okay. No, it's not. Obviously, it's not Life is Strange, but
It's not Life is
I'm just
Strange.
thinking,
They don't kill God
yeah.
in that one.
No, they don't. They don't kill God in that one. I mean, I guess they could defy God. But you're thinking of Persona.
Yep. Do you know which one specifically I wrote down? Just
Did you write 5?
I did write
guess?
Persona 5 or
Yeah.
Persona 5
That's
Royal,
most-
but that's the
the most popular
one.
Yeah, cool.
Made Cafe specifically for Persona 5 because yeah, technically all of that fits every Persona, but they do go to the Maid Cafe in Persona 5. It's
Shout
really
out
fun.
Persona.
Shout out Persona for real, great game. All right, ready? Mutant marsupial kills dozens of animals in order to punish a reckless scientist for harming animals.
Ooh, I don't know if I know this. Say that one more time.
Mutant marsupial kills dozens of
Okay.
animals in order to punish a reckless scientist for harming animals.
Okay, to punish a scientist. I don't know if I know this one.
This is an old school platformer.
Oh, Crash Bandicoot.
It is Crash Bandicoot. Let's go.
Had
You're
to
getting
think
these.
of that one.
You're getting these. I like it. You're keen on it. All right, this one
Yeah.
might be a little bit tough. I don't know if you've played this game, but let's see if let's see if you get it. A mailman nearly gets murdered while delivering a package and now seeks revenge, but got caught in a war between cowboys, Romans, and gambling.
Hitman?
Nope, but that's a good guess.
I thought of the gambling. So I mean, it's along that ballpark. It's got to be like
Kind of.
it's kind of. It's not like
I don't know if it's a hint or not, but it is one of Carly's favorite games.
Red Dead Redemption.
It's not. Red Dead Redemption is pretty good though. I almost had it on this list, but I didn't write that one down.
See, I got good guesses. I'm at least in the ballpark, so I'll take that much.
I'll give you one more hint. They had an
Okay.
adaptation of this game come out in the past year.
It's not. Is it Fallout?
It is Fallout, Fallout
Okay,
New
okay.
Vegas specifically.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
Okay. Got it.
Nice, good guesses, good guesses. All right, this one is a little bit more vague, but I feel like you should get it. All right. Small elf man wakes up from a bath and has to save the world.
Small elf man wakes up from a bath. It's a very oddly specific like start.
This game has a very oddly specific start.
Okay.
It is one of the
Is it like
it is probably one of the most notable beginnings of a video game of all time now, though.
Is it like a very beloved franchise as well?
Yes.
Zelda?
It is a Zelda game. Do you
Breath
know
of
which
the
one?
Wild.
It is Breath of the Wild. Yeah, at the very beginning, he wakes up in the water.
I don't know if you call it a bath. It's
I
just
didn't write
cool,
half of these.
like-
I did write some of these. I didn't write that one. Okay.
I was like a bat. Like who woke up in a bathtub? I was like, what?
the thing
is
that people
this?
know from Breath of the Wild is when you walk out and it like does the wide pan.
Dun,
You know,
dun,
like
dun,
yeah,
dun,
exactly. So people don't really remember him walking up or waking up in the
I
water.
remember
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. Little girl gets hungry and eats the captain of a ship. You have played this one.
And I played this one. A little girl wakes up, is hungry, and eats the captain of a ship. It's not a Little Nightmares game.
It is
it?
Little Nightmares. Yeah.
I was like, if it's anything, it's Little Nightmares because
Yep.
of the ship. Okay, got it.
All right, we got a
I
couple
figured
more.
I could.
Just a couple more. You like these? Are these fun?
I do like
I
these.
also like these.
And if you have any off the cuff that you think of, you can throw them at me.
I mean, that's why I wrote some of these down. Some of these are actually from me. Like this one I wrote. Let's see if
Nice.
you get this
Okay.
one. Man goes deep sea diving where he gets manipulated into fighting diseased people and children.
It's not Dave the Diver.
No,
is it?
that would be funny though.
That'd be funny. Subnautica, no.
Nope.
Diseased people. And so is the guy fighting underground or sorry, underwater, these diseased people?
Technically, they are all underwater. Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Is this a cartoon character?
No.
Okay. This might be a tough one.
It is a little tough
for me.
It's an older game, beloved franchise. I think probably late 2000s.
Hmm.
The underwater part is kind of like the big point. Like that's what everyone knows.
It's like
it
a
for.
selling point.
Yeah.
Okay. Got you.
Though I should preface, it's more of a fishbowl than it is really underwater. They are under the water, but they're not like in the water. Does that make sense?
Okay. This might be my first like one that I don't end up getting. I'm drawing blanks.
It's okay. I'm actually wondering if you even know the story for this game anyway, because even though it is a well-renowned title, it is kind of older and it's easy for this one to like everyone knows it's a good game, but it just kind of slips through the crack on whether or not you've played it or not.
Mm-hmm. Is it something I've already guessed or no?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
And is it an indie game?
It's not an indie game, no.
It's a like AAA, like I
Very
see.
popular game from a very popular franchise.
Okay. All right. Um, and it's not cartoony. Is it like it's not like a underworld kind of thing, is it?
No.
It's not mythological or anything.
Would it help if I said, "Would you kindly"?
That is like ringing the most vaguest bell from the back row, but I cannot pinpoint it. I
Because
cannot.
that's how he gets manipulated is through "Would you kindly," and that's what causes him to fight the deceased people and children.
What game is it?
You want to know?
Sorry. Yeah, I want to know.
It's BioShock.
That's why. Okay.
So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the kind of the
I
big spoiler.
would
The
not
game's
know.
been out for a long time, but like it turns
Oh,
out
yeah.
that him crash landing the plane and going underwater into Rapture and beating up everybody was a manipulation the entire time. Like from the beginning, he had like the walkie that every time he heard "Would you kindly," it would kind of like sleeper agent him into doing what he's told. And so it's a very good game though. I highly
right.
recommend it.
I wouldn't be surprised if anyone watching this far was like, yeah, like I knew what that was.
I'm sure they
'Cause-
did, but I would
Yeah.
also bet that some of the people watching this far didn't get some of the ones that you got right away.
I'll take it. You got any others?
I got one more and we'll wrap it up, all right?
Sounds good.
A professor creates a robot that goes haywire and takes over the world only to be stopped by wild animals with pastries and noises.
Pastries and noise. What the heck? Okay, there's a lot going on in this game.
There sure is.
Wow. A professor that builds a robot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Robot goes
So-
haywire, takes over the world.
So is the main protagonist the professor or the robot? Or am I overanalyzing?
You're overanalyzing it. Main protagonist
Okay.
is actually the animals with pastries and noises.
Huh. Is this feels like an off the cuff game, like something so niche. Like, is it?
A lot of people would call this a niche game, I suppose.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you're talking Toontown. I don't.
It is Toontown,
Yeah,
yeah. I thought that
I
would
was
be a
like,
fun
are
one to
we?
have for last.
Yeah, I was like, are we talking like Dr. Shirley or
Dr.
whatever?
Shirley
Like,
creates a robot that goes haywire, takes over the world with all of his cogs, and they're only stopped by
oh,
wild
that's so
animals, the
funny.
tunes with pastries and noises.
My brain went to like a forest. Like, I was like, what game is this? That's so funny. Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
So I hope you enjoyed those. We'll maybe have to do that again someday, and I'll get some new games for that.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like that.
Yeah, but otherwise, I
Yeah.
appreciate you guys watching. Let's do our final game shoutouts. Michael, has there been anything over the past month that you've been playing that other people just need to play?
I mean, there's definitely been a few things that I've like kind of like enjoyed playing, whether it's in my spare time or just like on stream. So I'll always shout out Osu because I just love clicking the circles in that game. And I saw like some tournament action at the end of Level Up Expo that literally was like history making, blew my mind, like esports, like we love esports. Um, Other than like Mouse PI or Pragmata or any of the new games or Tomodachi or whatever, I'm going to shout out Invincible Versus because I did start playing that as well. Add that to the list. But I went through the story and it was a lot of fun. And because I honestly need to go back and watch through the entire show. I've only ever seen like long segments and clips and stuff, but
It's
like
pretty good. I just got through,
yeah.
finished watching it as well, and apparently they're only like a third to almost a half of the way through the actual story, so they plan on making like 3 or 4 more seasons. So
Mm-hmm.
you've got a
Mm-hmm.
lot of time to catch up, so don't you worry.
Yeah, they got big plans for sure. I yeah, that is currently my one game shout out. I'll also shout out Super Battle Golf. We like tapped into that one a little bit. That was a lot of fun. I will also shout out Jackbox games again. You can never go wrong with them. And I don't know if are we filming next week before I go to DreamHack, which is like the next like
I
convention
would
I'm going
love to
to.
film next week. Do you know when you're leaving next week?
Uh, the 13th. So let's film on the 12th.
Okay, yeah, sounds good to me.
Cool. Yeah,
All
I
right,
can do the 12th.
all right.
So, but yeah, and I guess shout out to all the movie adaptations out there being worked on. Great games, great movies. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Go shout out. Oh,
All right.
shout out Reanimal because it was on Twitch and
Oh
you
yeah,
could
no,
play it
that
there.
was a good game. Shout out for real, for real. Great game. All right, so my shout outs, I have just got a couple. I've got 3 actually. So I want to shout out Gambonanza. It's the chess roguelike that came out that I
Yes.
played the demo of it and the demo was good, but my one complaint was that it was too easy. I'm playing it now and they have difficulty scaling and I'm like at the second to last one and it is so difficult now. It is so hard, right? So it's like I'm glad that they gave a little bit of challenge. It's very good. If you like chess, if you like roguelikes, it's actually one of the better ones out there. I would like to also shout out Mouse PI for Hire. I know
Yep.
we've talked about it a lot today, but there's a reason for it. Fantastic game. Way too much cheese, but that's not a bad thing. And I've already beaten it twice. Carly's nearly beaten it twice because she got to the very end, stopped, and then started a new file and got halfway through it again. But she likes it, so she's going through it as well. And then the last one I want to shout out is Assassin's Creed 4 because they are doing the resync coming out in just a couple of months. I went back and started playing that again, and I'm remembering and realizing how much fun it is, how much they put into it, and how much care they put into just like the actual pirate part of it, not just the Assassin's Creed. Easily one of the best pirate games out there. So
Ooh. Me,
yeah,
me,
I
me, me,
see you.
me.
I see you.
Okay, 2 more game shout
Two
outs
more
that I
games.
just remembered. First of all, Little Kitty Big City has been putting out some awesome skins for the cat that you can like
They
customize
have. They're doing
into
like the Pomni and Jax later this month, and literally a
from
week
Digital
from when we're
Circus.
recording this. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so I just want to shout them out. They're killing it right now. And then also Annapurna Interactive is coming out in just a couple days with a really awesome game. I enjoyed playing the demo at GDC. Mixtape. You have to play Mixtape. It is just an experience, okay? Like it just brings you back to like nostalgia like vibes, really. I don't know how else to like describe this game. It's just like 90s, like, you know, your skate like I don't know, skateboards, like
I love 90s and skateboards.
how can I freaking describe this it's art, it's cinema,
It's
absolute
cinema.
the VHS, the Polaroids, the teenage vibes, like oh my god, when I played the demo, it literally just like I was it's like some games make you lock in, and then some games just make you like transcend, and you're just like staring there, just like, whoa, what on earth am I watching? This is beautiful. This is trippy. This is gorgeous. This is
I know what you're feeling
musical.
because it's like video
Yeah.
games are art, and good art elicits emotions, and that's what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Mixtape launches May 7th on PC, Xbox, PS5, Switch 2. I haven't gotten to talk about the game, but I demoed it at GDC, and it was one of my favorite things I demoed, and I just really recommend it. If you like Life is Strange, you will like Mixtape. I will say
I
that.
do like Life is Strange. How did you know?
Look, I'm just a good friend, okay?
Of
I look out for my
course.
fellow gamers.
It's
Yeah, so
because we're
go
such good friends. We finish each other's.
sandwiches.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. But yeah, shout out to Mixtape for real. Honestly, great game. I'm looking forward to hopefully streaming it. So
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to watching you streaming it. Otherwise, I appreciate you
yes,
guys
sir.
watching today's episode. Be sure to leave a like and check out all the other previous episodes of us talking about video games and playing video games and just saying stupid stuff because that's what we do here and we have a good time and we love video games.
That's right.
We're going to go. Hopefully be back next week and not be gone for a month this time. My bad. I
We
slept
will be
in.
back next week. We will. And then I'm traveling. So.
Yeah. Hope you have fun traveling. Stay safe. And until then, I'll see you then. So thank you guys for watching. Until next time. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.